Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday Night Takeaway Show. And first of all, Happy New Year to everyone. Hope you've had a good one. And looking forward to 2025. I think this man below me here is exceptionally happy today with how it's gone.
Hell yeah. We in 2025 we've gone to Anfield, picked up a draw, and made the game actually competitive. Could have won it at the end if not for Xerxes being offside and Harry Maguire not skying it into Rose. But yeah, on a different day maybe we get a little bit more out of that game. But pleasant surprise, a lot better than a 5-0 loss.
Yeah, as some
in
people
the bin.
predicted.
I'm in the bin with my prediction. Absolutely in the bin.
Yeah, I did see some of the 7-0 drubbings and stuff that was on there. So yeah, it's quite
7-Up's
interesting.
gone out of business, guys. We're on the coke.
Superb, superb. Cheers, good evening, mate. How are you? And welcome back.
Yeah, I'm all good, mate. All good. Strange results this weekend, all round. Yeah, I must admit, disappointed with the Arsenal game yesterday. Very disappointed with that one. I expected a win today for Liverpool. I can't deny it. Sorry, Fuzzy.
Yeah.
But it was a great game for a neutral. I can't deny it. I thoroughly enjoyed the game. So, yeah, well, we'll get into it. Just take it all apart and see where we are.
Yeah, totally agree on that one. Let's just say hello to people in the chat. I've seen James obviously saying he's going to come in at some point. Big up to James as well. Evening, Joanne. Happy to do. Hello. Anthony's Wi-Fi is okay tonight. Yeah, that's a bit
About that.
that's a bit debatable. We'll see. Good evening, Matt. Big up Tony in the panel, and also to Daz as well. Hi, Tony and everyone, and also to Brendan. Evening all. I am Matt and F as well, and also to Terence. Hope you're well, Terence. Good to see you again. And also big up to Forest Rye. Big up Jez Early, DM Fuzzy.
Big up, right?
Yeah, right.
Matt, so I think everyone got the Man United versus Liverpool result wrong. Yes. Clearly wrong. There's no two ways about that one. Saying hello there. And hello to our brother Lenny Moon. Evening, Lenny. Good evening, brothers. Happy New Year to you all. Same to you as well, mate. And also good evening to Aces, who says, Godfather Jez, Tony, and Fuzzy. Evening, James. Good evening, panel on the chat. And good evening to Steve Bell. Evening all. Went up yesterday. Oh, geez, you went up there, do you? Went up yesterday. For fuck's sake, same old, same old. Could have been 2 up early doors, but after that normal service resumed, yeah, we were just talking in the background about that. We thought we did okay again for a short period of time, but as always, short-lived in the course. Man City's back on the return. It's all good again for City. It's getting there again. We'll come on to that. Everyone on the panel, apart from Tony, did better than West Ham. Yeah, I think I predicted that one. Actually, Trent is snowed in. Yeah, he's got the snow plough attached. Hopefully he's burying his way through. Good evening, Darren, as well. We'll be there. I'll be there to give Arteta his P45. I'll be there. All together now. And Anthony's cousin, Wurs Lurbert. Don't expect Anthony really bad here in Bristol. Big up to yourself, Matt. And also evening to Words and Pictures. How do, folks? Roma saying Roma 2, Lazio 0. Evening to Todd Burge. Good to see you. Big up everyone. The only stars I want to know is it's the league table final result and how many trophies you have won for my club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I seen an Insta post and it was that, is it Fawad that was saying about Arsenal and counting it on his fingers how many cups and league titles you're still in for so far this season, Jez. He says you got 4. You're still in for 4 things at the moment. No other club can say this.
Liverpool can.
Yeah.
And they're favourites to win all of them.
As always, yeah.
Sorry, I have to be realistic on this. We've got a tough night Tuesday night with Newcastle coming to North London. That is not going to be an easy game. I
Mm.
see the arsewipe channels are saying we're going to walk it. No, we ain't going to walk that game. That's going to be tough, tough, tough. And after watching Man United today against Liverpool, we've got them week's time in the FA Cup third round at the Emirates. You can never write that game off because I know Man United aren't great. They got a decent result today, drawing Anfield. And let's be honest, it's Arsenal, Man United, big rivals, huge rivals.
Yeah.
And controversially, as I put it, they're probably Arsenal's bigger rivals outside of Tottenham because Tottenham's tribal. They're tribal rivals. They're not competitive rivals. But it's going to be a difficult one. I can't see Arsenal winning the league, and we're certainly not going to win the Champions League. So, who knows, mate? Who knows?
Love to be in that position, but at the same point, yeah, we know where it stands with you guys, and yeah, Arteta afterwards with his post-match talks, I don't know, just don't get them, really don't. Joe saying cold enough for you, I think to Steve there. Toes is saying Delap takes a penalty that Stewart and Dix will be proud of. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, he's doing well for Ipswich, and that was a good result as well. I mean, when you look at that, I mean, I think from Ipswich's point of view, to draw level, I think they've got to be a little bit miffed because they did well to go ahead in that game as well. Jared's asking if us what happened today. You actually played well.
We actually played football. I can't believe it. Yeah, a bit of a mad one, but yeah, it's like the overall performance today was like they actually cared, and it just goes to show when you got a team, even if you're not like that special, like quality and all, if you actually just care about performing and doing the best you can possibly do, then you can get all sorts done. And you know, the probably Man United's toughest fixture possible, or maybe apart from Real Madrid away, would be Anfield away. And we went there and made a good account of ourselves, and the fact that we could have walked away as victors in the game as well says everything you need to know about the balance of the game and individuals. Perhaps, you know, imagine if Man United played with Osimhen in the number 9 rather than Rasmus Højlund, because he's been stinking out the gaff left, right and centre. Have a proper striker up there, takes those chances. So maybe we'd have had 3 or 4 goals in that game.
Yeah, I agree on that. I mean, it was quite surprising when you think your opening account was Martinez. I mean, well taken goal, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But that's your centre back.
Yeah.
So that kind of is worrying in that respect. But your midfield and your forwards are not doing anything. But this fella could. But hey, fair play, great goal.
Yeah.
That's this obviously the Man City game. I thought it would have been at least 6 or 7 against Man City. Yeah, because they did look pretty tasty in certain areas, but at the same point, they were there for the taking as well, Daz. I think we could have done something out of that game, but yeah, I mean, Jez mentioned it earlier. We could have got something, but unfortunately, it's West Ham at the end of the day, and with this manager at the moment, yeah, there's no direction.
Yeah, I actually thought you might. I did say I thought you might actually get something out of that game. I'm not saying I thought you might sneak a naughty draw, but didn't happen, unfortunately.
No. I mean, they were there for the taking. I'll give it that, Jez. But it's just, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Fulkrug, I did say on a show yesterday that he was a bit of a headless chicken, but you can see in certain areas he was running in the right channels. But again, we're going for a low man up top, and we can't do that. It doesn't work for us. I think it's only near the end when he brought in Danny Ings that they actually went up 2 up top. But it's the first time we've done it in ages. Steve's saying only started snowing when I got back to Guildford. Bloody cold though. Yeah, gents, did you have snow in your neck of the woods?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The yellow warning of snow. It snowed for about an hour. And it was about half a centimetre. You know what I mean?
To be fair,
Sorry?
I'm not too far from where Guildford is, but overnight, or basically before midnight, we had quite a bit of snow where I am, and it set
Really
quite.
cool.
I'd probably say
You're
about a
north of
couple
the
of
Downs,
inches at
aren't
least.
you?
But
You're north.
overnight, the rain came in, and pretty much by the morning, it was completely gone. So it didn't stick around at all.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. I watched on the news about 8 o'clock this morning up in the north, and it was
Yeah,
proper lumps of snow.
Big ups to Chip.
yeah,
This is like dandruff we're getting.
Dead.
Right, yeah. I always say if it goes north of the North Downs, we don't get it here. If it comes between the North Downs and the South Downs, then that's when it tends to dampen us and it gets stuck. You know,
Yeah.
but it's pathetic, man. It was like,
Evening, Richard.
it was pathetic. It was about half a centimetre. Yellow warning for snow. Wow.
Evening, Menace. I mean, yeah, we had it over. I think it came down about 10, 11 o'clock last night. By the morning time, it was still a little bit there. Then it rained and it was gone.
Yeah.
Big up VH as well. Big up, lads. Great panel today. Thank you very much. Good to see you as well. And obviously, I get quite a few of the reports being at the airport anyway, so it's been constant coming through with the weather warnings. But hopefully, it's not too bad. Newcastle put us out in Tuesday. Darren saying, Happy New Year to Niall. Good to see you as well. Happy New Year to you. Jonas saying it will be Arsenal 1, Newcastle 3. That score is what I'm visualising.
Oh, ouch.
Big up to Michael Chelsea as well. Big up to and Fuzzy. Come on, Jez. Land it on your forward manager, mate. Yeah.
Mm.
Not good at the moment for Chelsea. They're kind of finding a dip in form as well. The old Barcodes are on a bit of a run. Going to be tough for Arsenal. Yeah, Newcastle doing very well at the moment. Doing very well.
the buck.
Yeah.
Evening, Arsenal man. Good to see you as well. I mean, Ahmad is superb. Yeah, good little player. Rightly so. You've given Fuzzy the centrepiece. Making the most of it while it lasts, mate, as he said there. Evening to Mish. Jez, as bad as Arteta's attacked us are for playing party at right back when we needed him in midfield, Man United may have helped us in the title race.
Mm.
And good evening, everyone from Lee Gunner's channel. Lee Raid, Exelinator, to Molly, Mally Talks, 170 Gunner, Susie, Daft Joe. That's a good one. Big up to Colin as well. Fuzzy mate, just give Amber in time. Just needs the backing, but do you feel they were backing fully? Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's like you've seen.
Big up to all from Lee's channels.
Seen hints of what an Amarin system can be capable of, especially when you've got the players that try. And I don't see why, give him his players fairer assessment, see just how good of a manager he actually is, and go from there. Because at the moment, he's got 0 players that he's having to start every week. So it's everybody else's players.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Jezzy. Yeah, they're all saying hello to each other. Timmy's on. Raid on. Yeah. Good evening, Mama Flossie as well. Evening, Tont, Jez, and Fuzzy.
We got Mama.
Darren saying there is no title race at the moment. Yeah, Lopetegui on borrowed time now. Yeah. 2 more games apparently. He's still got an extension, this manager, so how long it stays for is another thing. But clearly, something's got to give. Unfortunately, this chairman is not going to let him budge at the moment, which is worrying to say. Man City were always going to cruise it. Yeah, well, not not going by their form previously, apart from the 2-0 they got. In the chat, I meant to say stats, not stars. We knew what you meant, Todd. Lee Ray from Desmond as well.
Be up, Desmond.
Steve, no snow and it's rained all day. Also, Max saying this result makes Arteta more of a bellend. Every time there's an opportunity, he fails to capitalise.
Fact. Yeah, totally right. I mean, I'm just sick and tired of it, if you want to be honest. Yeah, this is all we see now, is the absolute
Pick up here, Ross.
race yesterday of, what is this man doing? Somebody, please tell me, because I can't work it out. I really don't work it out. Best midfielder we've got, put him back at right back. We looked out of shape. We looked heavy legged. We just looked a complete and utter bloody mess. Great goal. Great goal. Can't deny that. But we're struggling here, there, and everywhere, man. It's just, and people, I watch other YouTube channels, right? The Arteta sexuals. What are they on? What planet are they living on? Yeah, they're watching something totally different. I watched a show earlier, the Canadian Fraud, that is, and he's yesterday crying into his tea, and then today, total different story. The guy is an absolute fucking liar. Don't portray. If you're going to say something one day on YouTube, stick to it.
Yeah.
Don't be a liar all the time. The guy is a muppet. I can't stand him. I've got no time for that idiot. And you just want to follow the narrative because you want to make it in the journalistic world. Well, let me tell you, you little muppet, you ain't going to make it in the journalistic world because you are an absolute prat. Right? And there's somebody in the chat's got the name right. He's an absolute bloody fraud.
Yeah.
Can't stand the guy. What he needs is a damn good smack in the mouth and wake him up and say, sorry, fella, you're a prick. Because how that idiot has got 30,000 subscribers, dear God Almighty, that shows how idiotic we are, or some of the people are in our fan base. They follow this manager like he is the Messiah. The guy is an absolute bloody clown. The manager is a clown.
Did he have Odegaard on the bench for yesterday?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was on the bench. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
He did absolutely nothing. He did nothing. Jesus did nothing.
Yeah.
Right. All right. He's had a purple patch. He's gone back to where he once was again. I'm sorry. What is going on? And then this idiot I was watching today, talking about buying this striker in, who's absolute bloody dog shit.
Yeah, is it some fella from, is it Brighton you're trying to get hold of?
Joao Pedro.
No. Oh,
Evan Ferguson.
That's the one. Yeah. And it's like, who?
Can't lie. Evan Ferguson's sort of like yesterday's hype.
That's what I'm saying. It's going like that, I thought, so that's not what Arsenal need. If you're going to go down that road, then you're definitely not going to be getting any goals if you're going to go that way. Steve's saying, I kept sliding down the road due to the snow. Was it the intake of alcohol? I think we go with the latter there, Steve. Just going back on Misha's comment here, he's saying West Ham might as well sell Kudos to Arsenal for a profit. It's a win-win. Also, Arsenal need to sign Osherman as too. Yeah, we know Kudos at the moment is not kind of playing to his best potential, that's for sure. I mean, he only showed it against the Liverpool game, but that was maybe for Arne Slot's purpose, especially on the right-hand side. But I think there'll be more than one club coming in for him if it is going to be the case. Arsenal is one of them. I think Newcastle and possibly Liverpool, the three that will more likely will go for him. But we'll see. So, Michael Chell's Community Shield does not count, no matter what any Arsenal fan will say. No, that's the manager. That's the manager, Michael, not the fan. I think the fan base know full well that a Community Shield is not a trophy.
I think he was serious when he said
that. Absolutely, Jez. There's no two ways about it. I know Terence would definitely say no, it's a trophy. But not in my eyes, mate. It's a shield.
Is the Emirates Cup a real trophy? Do you reckon you'd count that as well?
That's one of them as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And
that's one as well.
The Florida Cup. Don't forget the Florida Cup, mate.
Yeah, that one as well. Mish is also saying, as much as you hate Arteta's tactics, which is costing us in the Prem, I still think we can win a trophy.
Okay.
That should be
Okay.
interesting to see. We'll look out for that one. Brendan saying it must have been a warning for yellow snow, not a yellow warning for snow.
I like that.
Big up, Mark Bossy.
And they're all saying like each other. Big up to James MUFC as well. Big up, lads. Big up to yourself, mate. Thanks for coming in on only one of the 3 channels that's here. And Nish is also saying, first leg Arsenal 3, Newcastle 0. Come on, you Gunners. Got to believe.
That'll be a resounding win, that. Against Newcastle.
No, honestly, I would love to think that. I really would. I really would. But with what's going with the injuries we've got, right, and who we're going to put where, yeah, it's going to be a tough night. Don't forget it. I mean, Newcastle they're a tough team to knock down right now.
Yeah.
So we have got Arsenal with any realistic chance, right, of getting to that final. We've got to score big on Tuesday night and then go up to St James's Park and maybe nick a draw. Let's be honest. We've had one shot in target at St James's Park in 2 years. That's a pretty shocking statistic, isn't it?
Well, at least we could break. We did better than that, Jez, that's for sure.
Yeah.
1 in 2 years. Bloody hell, man.
That's the stats. That is a true stat. That is a true stat, man.
Will you make it 3? Will there be a third one this year?
Happy New Year to you, Jez. We've scored more than we've had more times.
Let's be realistic about it, right? Yeah, I want Arsenal to win. People say, "Oh, you're being negative, Jez. You're being negative." No, I'm a realist because I look at what we're playing with right now. Okay, Martinelli. Well, let's step back. And where he scores a lovely goal.
Yeah, give it that.
Gets hooked. Right, Martinelli comes on, does absolutely nothing. Jesus did absolutely nothing. Trossard did absolutely nothing. Odegaard might as well not bothered. Right, he might as well stayed on the bloody bench. He did shit. Yeah, and our defence is not the defence that we had last season. And I see people putting these stupid stats out. Arsenal are the best team in the Premier League last year. Maximum we conceded was 2 goals a game. Wow, what did we win? Fuck all. It's great coming out of all these fantastic statistics, right? Because there are people out there that love the statistics. You can make statistics work for you or against you any way you like. You can manipulate statistics, and that's what these idiots do. Because, great, we were the only team not to concede more than 2 goals a game, but we didn't win anything.
Yeah,
Win anything.
That's what it comes down to, isn't it? That's the thing at the end of the day.
It's silverware that counts, people. It's silverware.
Evening to Rob. Happy New Year to the panel in the chat. New Year, and we're still shit. Yes, happy New Year to you, mate. Good to see you. And that's so true. Good evening, Tendon Guna. Evening, Tony, Jez, and Arsenal. It's been more fuzzy and all in the chat and watching. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well, mate. And Diesel, Lee Gunner Raid as well, and as well as Lane. And our good old friend Vincenzo. Big up Don Jez, Tony, and Hit Fuzz. Hit Fuzz.
Damn. Forget Hitman. Hit Fuzz.
Hitman to her.
Changed my name from 44 to 47.
Wow. I can see Arsenal being knocked out of both the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup this January.
Oh dear, it's sad. Now this is. I don't want to make this an Arsenal show at all because it's not. It's a general football show. But isn't it a sad thing when you're sitting here as an Arsenal fan thinking, yeah, we could be out of both cups in January? Yeah, it's a fact. We have to be realistic about this and actually be and say, oh, no, it can't happen. We can't allow it to happen. But look at what we've got in that squad, right? It's disgrace. And are we going to buy anyone in January? Well, that's another subject for maybe another show. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's not looking great. It's not looking. We're not ripping teams up right now. We're sort of getting away with it. Am I confident, Mims? No, I'm not. We've got a tough 2 games against Newcastle. Right, going up there. If we draw, let's just hypothetical. Let's just say we draw Tuesday night. We've then got to go up there on a midweek night under the lights and try and nick it at St James's, which we haven't done for 3 seasons. So, hello, wake up, people. Yeah, we've then got not this week coming, but the following week, we've got Man United in the FA Cup, and we know what those games are. And I know they're not great. They got a result today at Liverpool. Best team in the league at the moment, Liverpool, top of the league. They got a draw. I wasn't expecting that at all.
No.
Now everybody's gassing it up. Oh well, we're going to go up there. Oh, sorry, they're coming to us, and we're going to get in 3rd round the FA Cup. They're fighting for something. So they're not going to walk out at the Emirates and just we're at the Emirates. We're going to just let it go. Come on, wake up, man!
We've got a whole week. We've got a whole week as well, which is the second week that we've had in quite a while, where it's just you prepare for one game on the weekend, rather than have a midweek fixture jammed in the middle, and then you've got a short turnaround period. Because if you go into Newcastle's game, what happens if you pick up? Because it's quite a physical game. Then in Spurs, we're quite feisty with Joel Linton. What if Joel Linton puts in a challenge and gets one of your other players injured? What if Thomas Partey goes down? What if Declan Rice gets a knock or something? Key players. It's a risk. It's a risk factor. You can't necessarily field a really weakened team, because otherwise you throw the cup in the bin. You have to put out your strongest team when you're in the semi-final, because that's a chance at a trophy. So whichever way you look at it, it's a double-edged sword. In Arteta's case, technically, if you're Arsenal, technically you should be pressing for that trophy, and then still giving United everything you've got in the FA Cup on the weekend. 2 cup fixtures, play with pride both of those, and expect nothing less than wins. Push for nothing less than wins. But the fact that we're talking about Arsenal potentially slumping out of two trophies in the span of 4 or 5 days. I mean, I know there's a second leg, but you don't do the job, or do the duties on the first leg. At St James's Park, you might as well write that off.
It's going to be, there's a very good comment in there from Mish that we beat Newcastle 4-1 at the Emirates last season. Yes, we did. But we had a proper defence when we did that. Right. Right now, we haven't got that defence. Our defence is a bit ropey because we're playing players out of position. We've got players that are injured. So it's not, Mish, going to be quite that easy this time around. And we had Saka, who scored in that game, and we haven't got him. He's out. He's gone for the rest of the season.
They didn't have Tonali.
So it's not going to be quite the same game. Hear what you're saying, respect what you're telling me, but it ain't the same team. And we've got this unusual setup going on where that midfield yesterday, Jorginho, Rice at 8, I mean, come on, man. What are we doing here? What are we looking at? What are we saying?
What's your most physical midfield consist of? Is that like a Partey, Rice, and somebody else?
You've got to put Rice on his day. Partey for sure. He's our best midfielder this season, no question. And AN third. We're struggling there again, aren't we now? Because Marino, no, too weak. Yeah, I mean, this is a problem, man. Odegaard, he's just too in and out for my liking. He can be brilliant, but no. He was terrible yesterday when he came on. He was shocking. And now let's bear in mind, people, this is our club captain and he doesn't start. What's that tell you? Rice was captain, not good.
Interesting. So before we go with SG's comments, James, good evening, mate. Thanks for coming in. Happy New Year to yourself, mate, here as well.
Yes,
All good, mate. I was just about to see myself over the comment.
I was going to say, yeah. I just want to do that. We'll come back to you on that. SG saying, who would win a boxing match between Jez and Arteta? My money is on Jez giving Arteta an uppercut for the knockout.
Well, it would be messy.
I think even Messi would beat Arteta up.
Yeah, I can see Jez doing that as well. James, obviously, I briefly came on your show yesterday. We talked about yesterday's game. Any more since then?
Same old, isn't it? Let's be honest. Nothing's going to change, mate. I see links to strikers today. Chan from Wolves, Ferguson, and Latte Laff from Borough. That's the only thing I've seen really of any note. He ain't getting sacked. It's simple as that. And I think people keep saying it and they keep getting wrong. And yesterday was a shit result, but I think the next 3 games will really decide what is really going on. If we get pumped at Villa, if we get done at Fulham at home and Palace at home, then questions need to be asked. But it wouldn't surprise me if they keep him till the end of January and then sack him, and then they bring a new manager in and they ain't got to pay no money for transfers. And just wouldn't surprise me. It just wouldn't surprise me at all. But yeah, just another day in West Ham paradise, isn't it?
Mate, it's shocking and that. I can't see anything like you, mate. I can't see it changing. This chairman's still going to keep him in for a short, for a long period of time, I think, and that's worrying for everyone, really, not just as a West Ham fan. I think that's for other teams as well. You've got to think if a team, a club can do that to one manager, what it's like for others. But on the other hand, I'm just going to go to this comment because it's got quite a bit of relevance to it, and that's from Colin saying, "Guys, do you feel Forest could get in the mix for the title?"
Nah,
I think so.
I don't.
They're tough.
I think they will drop points along the line, and but they've got Liverpool next. All right, if they go and beat Liverpool, they're in the title.
Liverpool at home, yeah.
Yeah, and if they fail to beat Liverpool, they're out of it. So, I don't think so, mate. I think there's too many teams. I think there's teams there who, they will be playing.
There'll be a title race, James. I don't think there'll be a title race, but I think they'll be in the mix for the top 5.
Oh, 100% top 5. Yeah, 100%. I'll give you that. But I think Liverpool will win the league, mate, when it comes to, if I'm honest.
No, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. I don't think they're level to compete against Liverpool for the title race, etc. But I think they'll be in a fight for the top 5.
Oh, yeah. Definitely agree.
Well, to be fair, in the last 5 games, Forest and Newcastle are the only 2 teams that have won their last 5. So their last 5 fixtures are all green. Everybody else has either drawn or lost something within that time. So the most 2 informed teams are Newcastle and Forest at the moment. So
yeah, true.
How long is that going to continue?
Well, you think at one point it was going to be Chelsea, but they've dropped off like a stone, haven't they? The last three games.
2 draws, 2 losses, 1 win.
So not good at all in that. Big up to Lou from me, 7 Hammers. Lopping is deported. He can go fuck off and go coach. Atletico, dog and duck. Better do, better see. Would be a bad club to go to, I suppose. At least he'll get a tan. Yeah. Arteta, he's saying here, like, Jellyfish Potter. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. There's a few other words we could use. Carabao Cup and top four isn't good enough. Arteta needs to go. Yeah, we already know that. How did Anthony Gordon not get a penalty when he was whacked in the face in the Spurs penalty box yesterday? We're seeing some strange decisions
Yes.
again.
Inconsistencies.
Yeah, very strange.
Hope we don't sign anyone. Keep poor power to dry for when Arteta gets sacked. We can only. Jez, get Moyes in, and you'll see what a clown is like. Mind you saying that, I don't know if you saw Jez and Fuzzy the game yesterday, and that Moyes was actually at the game.
Moyes 3.0. Woo!
I do love these people who keep criticising one of our best managers in the Premier League era. Just ridiculous, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? No, it's no disrespect or nothing, but fuck me. We haven't won nothing for 43 years. We're going to win something, and people criticise the man who won it. But these same people won't say a lot about Sullivan. This is the one thing I will say about our fan base is they're so fucking hypocritical. It's unreal. Yeah, they should be coming out and having a right go at the owner for serving up the shit that we're dealing with right now, because it's going to set us back 5 years, easy. Like by the time we get a team together that is going to compete for the top 6 or top 8, Bowen will be older, all the other players will be older, and then we have to replace them. Do you know what I mean? Just people keep knocking the ex-manager. The ex-manager showed us the door of where we can go. It's down to the owner to fucking maintain it and preserve it, and our owner doesn't. And people keep knocking Moyes for that. Sad, really. It is.
Fair point.
Yeah, I suppose that's one thing the three clubs got in common at the moment is the fact of what you did have and what we've got now.
So, Sam, be careful what you wish for, isn't it?
It's true, man. It's true. It's just Arsenal Manic saying, Generation Z Arsenal fans, what do you expect? They don't know what winning is. If you slapped them in the face, they're on social media to make a career. The more worrisome are they for 40 pluses. That's true. Yeah, Mims is saying, Evan Ferguson is linked with Arsenal. Also, West Ham are interested in Tierney.
Tierney ain't going, there's going to sell it, right?
You go back there with old Brendan.
He's going back to Celtic, mate.
Yeah. Could have be sold until summer because of Bowen injury at the moment. Possibly that could be the case.
Yeah.
Dinner plate isn't a trophy. Yeah, to Terence is, as we said. Rob Michael finishing in the Conference League, play 7th and no cups will be the minimum for Arteta to stay. Absolutely no chance of him leaving. Arteta runs his club from top to bottom, including the core of it. Oof.
I agree with that.
Oof.
I agree.
Time to go, Mick Arteta. Time to go, I say, Saki Mikel, the real fans' day. Darren's selling his album already. I've seen Super Mutants compare Arteta as like the Lion King, the movie. What the hell is wrong with these people? This is Arsenal Football Club, professional team, not Disney FC.
Well, I don't know. I think it is Disney FC myself.
Biggest clan going on there, isn't there? Big up to Ravi as well. Big up, lads, and respect. Respect to you as well. Yeah, Emirates Cup, Florida Cup, Tea Cup. Arteta will take them all. Septic Meatball saying, at very worst, we're better than you. Well, you did too well today, that's for sure. Arteta's tactics has cost us lots of trophies. That's the true thing.
Yeah.
And obviously, Ravi being Liverpool, it's on us, Liverpool, while we drew, did not start well, show United too much respect first half when we should have gone for it. And big up to a friend from the other side of the pond. Big up to Dow, Oregon Goon. United will be up for it too now, Jez.
Yeah, that's what I said. I just said that. You know, it's Arsenal, Man United. It's been like that for the last 30 years, right? They're not going to come to the Emirates, lay down and say, "Oh, we'll put our legs in the air and Arsenal come and do us." They're going to be there for the fight. Yeah, and we've got to man up. We've got to man up because we've got a weak squad, and who's to blame for it, people? Arteta.
Who's in a worse situation here? Arsenal or West Ham, Tone, for you?
Cool. I think if you look at it, how do you answer that? I think we're very close second. Because I think if you look at the reason why I say that, considering what Arsenal are and where they should be, they're always late to the ball. So again, it's one of those where it's another year of hurt. We've got a manager that kind of won something off the team, the manager before that's team. He's now come in and the last couple of seasons, yes, he's got them playing better football, but again, it's still not enough. If you look at our situation, it's the fact of, as we already know, it was his chairman that brought this fella in, and we could all tell just by the pre-season friendlies that the writing wasn't on the wall. It wasn't looking good. And from that point onwards, it's kind of proven itself. We've got the squad, we've got the players. You just need someone that knows how to tick the boxes and get these players playing. And at the moment, this fellow hasn't got a clue. I think I said to you, watching that press conference, I had no idea what he was on about. Kept going around in circles, backtracking on himself, asking whether this person was to the left of him, answering again, and even people in the chat were still none the wiser. They had no idea what he was on about.
I would say West Ham's in a worse situation now, and the reason why is because what he's built over a period of time, he's built towards something. Yeah, fair enough, it ain't worked out this season. Liverpool probably going to win the league, but with West Ham, we built on something, and we've gone backwards in a space of 6 months. That's a rapid pace.
Yeah,
and if we continue to go backwards, we're only going to go one way, and that's the Championship. When you look at us, we rely on key players, and a lot of our key players don't want to be there, and that's a major problem. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I think in 6 months, the damage that's been done in 6 months from 4 years worth of work to get West Ham into Europe, build on Europe, keep maintaining that European sort of standard, to now being 14th in the league. Was it 6 points, I think, or 7 points from the drop? It's a dangerous game, mate, really, for me.
Yeah, true. I get what you're saying in that respect, because you're not wrong. We can see it visually with a lot of these players now that they're at half pace.
Yeah.
So I'll make you right on that one there. Big up to Brian CFC though. Thanks for the super chat there. Big up early doors and the chat always. Thank you very much, mate. Colin saying, do you feel Kudus will be a surprise Man United target?
Not for me.
No, I don't think so. Forest playing well, but don't think it'll be in the title race. Everybody said there. Mish saying we beat Newcastle 4-1 last season. We're basically the same team, but Spartaka. Why can't we do it again?
Lower intensity.
Can't say it. Sorry.
Yeah. Jez would be very disappointed if United dump Arsenal out of the FA Cup. It's his favourite cup.
That's another thing. Is it one FA Cup we're now behind your record with?
Yeah.
So if we end up going on to win it, even though I don't think we will, you'll look back to it as like we could have stopped United from equaling our FA Cup record. You can't post 13 seconds after the final saying, look at our history in the FA Cup after Man United go one closer to equaling our record. It's like no shameless Arsenal Twitter posts. None of that.
I absolutely dread that. Be honest with you. Oh, mate, I tell you what, if Man United went on to win it this year, that would outdo me on the West Ham one, to be honest.
Yeah. I never brag, Mama. You know that. When we did the watch along, I never brag. Sick of the same old excuses and draws. Yeah, Martinelli is pants.
Yeah, he is.
Rob Monk was saying he watched the Sol Campbell documentary and it reminds me of how good we really was at the time. Should have done 3 league titles in a row, and well, the Champions League in either 2004, 2006, or even both.
Proper teams. Proper teams.
Without Saka, couldn't score in a brothel. Terence is saying, Jez, you're not only talking from your heart, you're talking common sense. Straight, honest chat is what makes this channel. By the way, the Charity Shield is a shield. Only the French think different. Mish is saying, Nenweri's got an injury, that's why he got hooked. Hopefully he's back for the Newcastle game because he was ripping up Brighton's defence.
Another player injured, you see. Another one.
It makes you wonder what they're doing in training, Jez.
No,
Daft Joel saying one of Arsenal's biggest problems is constantly buying players to replace the last one who flopped. How many left backs bought for none to be better than Tierney?
well, 7 of them, mate.
7 left backs. Yeah, now.
Who's the last player would you say Arsenal have signed that has benched a first team starter and actually been an improvement in their position?
That's a tough one.
Is it? I'm just wondering with that because it
Right.
feels
Raya, goalkeeper, maybe.
Yeah,
possibly
yeah, you'd go with that one.
outside of that.
Timber, maybe. Timber. But he's injured.
Mm.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
How many
It
players
feels
have actually
like-
got injured?
Sorry?
How many players have you got injured now?
7, I think.
Shit, me.
It just feels like with Arsenal's team, it's like Arteta's sort of built this core, and it's just like, yeah, it's a great team, fantastic team. What you're doing to improving on it, and it's just like you keep hitting that stumbling block. There's a chance that you could sign a proper world class player. It's like you make a good team, a great team. You go from a great team to a world class team, and it's like this. You can build a team up in stages like that, but it's like Arsenal seem to have missed the trick. They found they stumbled upon a very good contingent of players and build upon it. They've not really built upon it. They've just maintained it by, oh, well, that player leaves that position, we'll sign this little guy, put that in there, and it's just like you hit a glass ceiling. Don't hit glass ceilings, smash through them.
Mm. I mean, it goes back to what you just said there, what James just said. Build up a fairly good team, and then in the space of 6 months destroy it. In our case, basically. Daz is asking, do you think Arsenal will win anything under this manager?
I think we're in a shout for the carrier bag. If we can get past Newcastle, Arsenal have got a bloody good record of cup finals. Not so much in the League Cup, I admit that, but it's a chance. But the only problem is the League Cup finals. What, in February? Is it
Yeah.
February?
In the February, give in the March.
Mm.
Yeah, it's about that time, isn't it?
Any
So-
Brenny?
We'd need, if we ended up playing Liverpool, then we've got a damn decent squad because they're a damn good League Cup team. They've won more League Cups than we have, so that's a big ask. So yeah, I 16th of March as Aces is the cup final, so we'd have to get some players back in for that big time. We're not going to have Saka. Let's forget that one.
Mm.
He'll be back any time. I don't think we'll see him the rest of the season, personally.
No, I don't think.
I think we're in a shout with that. The FA Cup, I'd love it. It's my favourite cup competition. We ain't winning the league. We ain't winning the Champions League. So it's FA Cup or the carrier bag. So we're in with a shout right now with the carrier bag. We just got to get past Newcastle.
Be interesting one. Will be interesting. As Ravi says, smash the likes up and subscribe, please. And if you can, also smash the likes and subscribe to Jezzy's channel, Arsenal History and More, Hot Fuzz 44 and E-Zone 20 TV. If you don't, E20 Zone TV, it's my bad. Sorry, James. If you can, please, guys, it helps all of our channels. It'd be very appreciative if you can do, especially as this is the first one back for the new year as well. Why don't you guys try to win Champions League? That's obviously for the Arsenal boys.
Can I just say I've got something wrong there? Timber's not injured. It was a match, 1 game ban for 5
One game ban.
It's Ben White that's injured in that fullback position, isn't it?
Sorry, I've got that wrong, boys.
No, fine. Silverware, no silverware. It's got no silverware from Arteta. Sexuals everywhere. We still ain't got no silverware. Anthony saying, yeah, I agree with Jez. Love that miserable old git. Big up, Jez. We're with you.
Love it.
Good evening to Spartacus Guna. Arsenal not serious. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Why you're not on, Anthony? He's ploughing all the streets, Mama, getting rid of the snow down in Bristol. Rob Mock was saying, well, Arsenal are the 5th best team in the country in terms of history. Chelsea and City have overtaken.
Yep. Correct.
Yeah, it's true. Happy New Year's as well, Vincenzo. And also happy there. Usual, good to see you as well. Yeah, it must be buzzing, as he's saying there for Newcastle. Big up to Ben. Big up panel and chat. Happy New Year to you as well. Big up Jez. Up the Horsham dandruff dusting.
It was pathetic. Just to light things up, right? My missus loves the snow, right? She loves it. When we last had our big snow here, we were having a debate about it. We went out at 1 o'clock in the morning across the road where the river is, made a snowman, right? Just for a giggle, like you do, when you're stupid. And she was saying, "Oh, we got yellow warning of snow tonight, this, that, and the other." I said, "Get it out of here. We ain't getting a big dump of snow." Right? And she was going to work, and it snowed for an hour and a bit here. I said, "There you go. There's your big yellow warning. It's about half a centimetre."
Half a centimetre, yeah.
That's what it was. Pathetic.
Dear.
To be fair, it's half an inch of snow. That's enough to stop the entire south of the country, it would seem.
Yeah, it
True.
is. Yeah.
That is true, yeah. Brady K saying, Man U next Sunday in the FA Cup. I think we're all in the white again. And Vincenzo saying, Arsenal have been serious for the last 18 years.
Yeah, true.
Mama's got back for me, mate. Says, watching the game, haven't sent a week now. I'll jump on in a bit. He will be here then. And Septic Meatball saying, we're shit, but we're still united. We don't lay down and show our belly to any team.
True.
Big up to the panel and to the chat. 10 minutes to go, Proven 8 points down. Oof. Big up to Mr. Joshy J as well. Big up Jez in the chat, like secured.
Good stuff.
Evening to Ted the Hammer. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for coming in. Happy New Year to yourself.
Yeah, man.
And he's also saying hello to there as well. Mr. Bell. And Joanne's saying, talk about a second leg. Arsenal will do with an extra leg. They might then score then. Calafiore is not a left back. There's no Champions League. Saying evening, I'll catch up with this chap. Yeah, he's peeved off, that's for sure. Well, I think we all have been there. Hendon's saying, how much money wasted on Calafiore, Mourinho and Kivior? They're patently not good enough. No bank will win the league before Arsenal. Would surprise me as well.
Surprise me at all.
Well, James has said it. Was it 2 seasons? You said he'll turn it around.
Almiron, yeah, definitely, 100%. Give him if he can get a couple of players in, maybe this window, get rid of the Deadwood, sort himself out for the summer window where he can go big in the summer. Next season will be like a transitional season where they start to turn things around. In the following season, they'll attack the league. That's what I think will happen. It's going to take them about 18 months to get rid of everyone out the door because they can't get rid of everyone all at once. So if he gets rid of a couple of people now, they can use this season as a season of basically going, write this season off, see what they can do in the cup. And if they finish 10th, they can work up from that for next season.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I do agree with that.
I can't wait for us to get rid of the likes of Rashford, Casemiro, and just these ridiculously high wages. I mean, let's be real. How many clubs does Rashford in this current form start for?
We'll take him.
on £300,000 a week.
All right, we won't take it.
Between, right, get this right, between Anthony, Casemiro, and Rashford, wages combined, that's about £900,000 a week.
Jesus
That's a
Christ.
joke.
900,000, nearly £1 million a week for players that are dead food for Man United and offering nothing even remotely like acceptable. Like you can't even say that they're necessarily steady eddies. Like they just got no place at the club. So it's literally just you're forking out millions of pounds a week for players that just it just doesn't make any sense for no reason. Literally no.
That's mad.
So yeah.
Jesus Christ. Vincenzo's asking the question: if Arteta left, do you believe the Cronkies would bring in a decent manager, Jez?
I tell you what, I would not be at all surprised at this. We had a temporary manager, if you remember rightly, yeah, ex-Arsenal player. I would not be at all surprised if Arteta was gone. We'd have Jens Lehmann,
Wow.
ex-goalkeeper.
Yeah. That'd be an interesting one.
Don't do it, Jez. We've got a goalkeeper coach. He's shit. Save yourselves.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Wouldn't surprise me, mate. The way Arsenal work, it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever if Jens Lehmann came in as manager.
Wow.
He's at Arsenal. He's the manager of the youth setup, right? So he's obviously highly qualified to work at a top level.
Mm.
Just what I'm saying.
Wow.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
That'd be very interesting. Well, he was mad as a fruitcake, that one, but he was a good keeper, though. I'll give him that. You're saying the honeymoon with Arsenal is well and truly over for Rice. He's being slaughtered on fan channels now.
He hasn't been great, I have to say.
Does he want out, do you think, though, Jess? Do you think he's realising that, it's not all light and harmony over there?
I think so. I honestly do think so. Respect to Declan Rice, right? I think he's the only player currently, right, who's got the balls to stand up to Arteta and tell him, you're talking bollocks, mate. I think he's the sort of player that would do that, which means, you know what that means, don't you?
Yep.
He'll be out the door.
Yep.
Because Arteta only likes little pussy yes men. And I think Declan Rice has got a little bit more about him to say, nah, this is bollocks, mate. It ain't working. And
It's on Arteta, though, that is, mate, for turning him into an 8. He's not an 8.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we know that.
yeah,
Like we said this, didn't we?
Like, when people are knocking him, I don't get, like, if you're signing a DM, which Deck is, he's not an 8. Right? No. It's like us going and it's like someone signing Eldegaard of you and putting him as a DM. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't work. So I don't know. Yeah. But do you know what? I blame Deck for that to a point because he's tried to change his game, and his game is not box to box 8. He's a good 6. Oh no, not a good 6. He's a very good 6. Like if he's a sit there and he's one of the best 6s in the league, but he's not an 8. Far from it.
He played about 8 yesterday. And what did he do? Absolutely
nothing. Jeez.
He's just not an 8, mate.
He's a fish out of water there, mate. He's a fish out of water. And I'm sorry, when he came into Arsenal, when we bought him, he was playing 6 and he was sublime. Now, I think I honestly would say to you, if you sat down Declan Rice privately on your own and said to him, are you enjoying being at Arsenal? Or he'd probably say no. If you want my honest opinion.
We'll take him on a loan deal, Jez, if you fancy.
Yeah, I mean, usual saying there as well, James. Look, he'll have him back as well. Definitely have him back. Mr. Joshy J from Man United saying, good point today for Man United. But given the players apart from Ahmad, 0 credit, whereas as they all been all season, not sustainable. certain times, sometimes you turn up for certain games. It happens. It does happen.
I must say, with Degarte in midfield, transformative, complete transformative. You go from a dead midfield of Casemiro and Ericsson against Newcastle, and that midfield, absolutely no competition whatsoever. Then suddenly you put Agate and Kobbie Mainoo in there, and I don't think Kobbie Mainoo is is a number 8. You think he's better at probably he's got more qualities to play in the number 10.
Mm.
And Bruno, I think, probably plays better in the 8 because he spends more time facing the opposition's goal rather than having his back to goal and needing to turn to build up the attack. So I think maybe switch those two around, and I'll be interested to see how that combination works, because I think Kobbie Mainoo is better with the ball into feet rather than him playing a pass, because I don't think he's got as much range in his passing.
Mm. Excuse me.
He said a lot as well with Bruno today. Probably his best performance of the season so far.
Yeah. Mm. Right.
Gary Parker saying, I think obviously must be Arsenal. Another opportunity missed. We've drawn the most games in the top 9. Wow. Can't see Forest top 4. Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, Forest 5th or 6th.
Mm. I agree.
Stop so I'm well behind on the chat, so I've got to whiz through these ones. Where do you see us do our next couple of games, James? Where do you see West Ham kind of getting anything of a result?
I think the next 2 Premier League games are massive, mate, if you want me to be honest. I think, Fulham at home, Palace at home, I think it is, back-to-back, one Tuesday night, one Saturday afternoon. If we don't pick up points in them games, then we could be in trouble. I don't think we're in trouble. I think we've done enough over the Christmas period to get us away from danger a little bit. I think we're 7 points clear. I think that's enough for now. Well,
Yeah.
Before anything, the issue is that last season people were saying that it was shit and they needed to change. This season, I think it's even worse than last season, if I'm being honest. It's okay playing decent-ish football, but if you've got no end product, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? If we're going to keep playing, oh yeah, we look good, but we keep getting battered every week. And I've never seen it with West Ham, especially at the London Stadium, where we've been absolutely hammered and there's been evacuation of the LS literally all the time.
Yeah.
Like people walking out, and even the other day at City, what was it? Was 4-0 down, and there's people leaving, and it's happening one too many times for me.
Yeah, I know Jez has been talking about this quite a few times, even against these lot, when people leaving the stadium early. Regardless, you pay enough money to be there in the first place. Stay there, sit it out. I mean, you're a football fan at the end of the day. Take wins, loses or draws, you still should stick around. I agree on that wholeheartedly. Don't agree on this though. Apparently, we'll look to another injury-prone striker in Calvert-Lewin.
That's such a West Ham signing. Sullivan.
Sullivan point, right?
Yeah. Misha saying, still don't get why West Ham let Moyes go for Loppy.
He had to go, Moyes. Does he deserve the abuse that he gets? Absolutely not. I don't believe so. I believe that he set a standard at West Ham. Whether you like that standard, not another thing, but he did have a standard of us finishing in the top half. But what we've been served up with Lopetegui is borderline insulting, really. But
Yeah.
it is.
I mean, Steve Bell saying, obviously Sullivan is the reason we can't attract a decent manager who would want to work for him. And that's
but
the problem, isn't it?
I heard this last year, though, mate. Right? I heard so much shit last year. That's why now I'm just going to be calling them all out. When people keep saying about we're going to go and get these top-end manager and Tim Stein and all that, they keep forgetting who owns the club. It's just like, I'm not being funny, it's like the Cronkies, for instance. Use Arsenal as an example. Arsenal have had problems with their owners for years. Well, I remember there was times at Arsenal where they wouldn't spend a penny after the move, and they was like literally wouldn't spend nothing because of the move. And when I look at us, we've gone and literally got rid of a manager that no one really wanted, i.e. Moyes, and you've served it up someone who's 10 times worse. This geezer's worse. He's worse for a lot of reasons because he's not making no players better. He's sending us backwards.
Yeah.
And the fear is with me, I said it on the afterthought yesterday. Yeah. My biggest fear is that if Sullivan comes out and turns around and says this is a transitional season, and he goes, you know what, he's got a year left, we're going to see how he goes, he could relegate us, this geezer. And that is, listen, we are lucky to be away from danger, and we shouldn't be in this situation. Like Nottingham Forest, are Nottingham Forest better than West Ham? On paper, I don't believe so. I think we've got some good players. But as a team, they're a better team than us. Brighton are a better team than us. Even Bournemouth are a better team than us at the minute. That's sad, really.
True. I mean, Todd's saying here, you know, we should get the Ipswich manager. He believes the manager is too good for Ipswich.
Yeah.
And he's also mentioned a bit further down, and I know this is a one for you, Michael Carrick. Would this chairman do it? That's the thing, isn't it?
You got to have a plan, like, you know what I mean? Like at any sort of level, whether that's business, whether that's football, in life, whatever, you got to have a plan of what you're trying to achieve. I would love to know what the board at West Ham are saying right now in regards of achievement this year. Like, what is their goals from now to the end of the season? I'd just love to know.
To be a fly on the wall, mate. Be a fly on the wall. Big up to Lone Star London. He's saying jizz, and he's mentioned it getting cold today in Austin,
Texas.
Yeah,
Been there.
Stone Cold Steve.
Floppy Loppy, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Keeping tabs there. Big up to Dano. Big up Jez. I'm devastated by today's performance. Feels like we've opened the door for the other teams.
True. Absolutely true.
But we all knew it was going to come to a point when Liverpool was going to get their dip. And it's still to come, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
So we'll see. Makes it interesting, though. Daz is saying, I think Lobby will go, but don't know when. We can already hope for. West Ham, we better off with Trapattoni than Ludo Telly. Ludo Telly. Big up Fuzzy, Viva United, Mr. Blangy. And big up to Old School Dunner. To the panel, everyone in the chat. Big up to Dave, and go and see his channel as well, if you don't mind. And West Ham should have got Conceição in his first game. Yeah, we know that. He beat Juventus in the cup semi-final. Now they're in the final against their city rival Inter. Oh, let's hope so, Ted. Sullivan will sack Loppy before we get near the championship because he knows he will lose millions getting relegated.
I don't think he's getting sacked, mate. If I was to have a bet on it, I don't think he gets sacked this season. I think he'd do enough to stay out of it.
Yeah. I mean, Colin's saying with this political manager, we have, I'm telling you now, I can only see us being drawn a relegation dogfight. This is why we should have changed the manager for a while back. We said it, the Leicester game should have gone in.
Leicester game was the one, really.
Todd said, when Spurs sack Ange Postecoglou, it's just who we are, mate. They should get Sir Gareth Southgate, perfect fit for them both. Yeah, let him go there and not here, not with us. That's the only thing. Oh, yeah. Exactly usual. Just like your manager, Jez, our one does the same. Got himself another yellow card, building up a collection.
5 yellow cards he's got this year.
Do they question, James? Do they get a touchline ban for that?
Yeah, he's already had one. He's already had one touchline ban. I think if he gets another, it's a 2-match ban.
Let's hope.
The only hope that we've got of getting rid of Lopetegui is leaving him in the stands and letting him get booked. That's the only hope we've got. Terrible.
It's like him and Sergio Ramos probably spent Christmas dinner with each other. Talk about the experience of getting yellow cards galore. So how many of those did you get?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Tony, but he's just a problem. Like on the sidelines, sometimes you need someone who's calm under pressure, and he's far from it. He's a man who's literally walking on. He's like walking on eggshells with a geezer. Do you know what I mean? Losing his rag and getting nick booked and all that. And what sort of standard does that set to the rest of the players? No wonder the other players are getting booked this season. We're getting a lot of bookings and all that. No, there's no discipline there, is there?
True, yeah, exactly. If he's he's the instigator of it all, then you've got no chance, have you? Really?
Yeah.
Vincenzo's asking, how many goalkeepers has Arteta bought? I think he's bought as many left backs as he has keepers, hasn't he?
Leno, did he buy Leno? Did he?
Yeah, it's either 6 or 7.
Bit like Tottenham then. They've just signed a goalkeeper recently
Two
as
of them
well.
never even played. Two of them never even played for the club. So, do you remember who's the American one we bought when we were on that?
Oh,
one?
Matt Turner, is it? Oh, no, not Matt
Yeah,
Turner.
that's him.
It is Matt Turner,
Never even bloody played. I mean, what is going on here?
Do you reckon?
Colorado Rapids. We bought him from the other team that the Cronkies own, Colorado Rapids.
What about the other
Oh,
kid, the
trusty.
Australian? Was it Ryan? Was it Matt Ryan you bought and all? You got
Matt
him.
From Brighton.
You got him on known for Brighton, ain't you? And all.
Yeah.
You know?
It feels like with some of these goalkeepers that it's a case where it's like maybe they sign English goalkeepers if they are English, homegrown rule, and probably the cheapest signing to make plus the lowest wages. So it's just a squad slot. So maybe your money men are just looking at that and like, yeah, that's a great way to structure our wage bills, to have a thinner squad and to qualify for like homegrown rules as such. So
Can't make
just
it up.
just a theory.
Big up to Jason Carter there, and he's putting the Eagle 1 second. Question for Jez. Do you think the younger players are afraid to question Arteta? And big up for Rice for letting him know how he really feels about the tactics.
Absolutely, Jason. You're bang on, mate. They are. They won't question him because he's a narcissist. You question Arteta, mate, and you're finished.
We've seen
Right.
that.
That is a fact. And Rice stood up for himself, said what he thought. And I'll tell you right, if he keeps on saying that, he won't be here very long. The Aubameyang did it. What happened to him? He took the piss out of Arteta. Rightly or wrongly, turning up late for the North London, Tottenham derby. Should he have done that? No, not really. But he was making a point. He was basically putting 2 fingers up to Arteta
Yeah.
and saying, fuck you, mate. And what happened after that? He was training on his own. And at one point, he wasn't even training at London Colney. He was training at a sports gym.
Really?
It wasn't even at Arsenal. That is just what the narcissist, arrogant bastard that Arteta is. And do I like Arteta? No, he's an absolute team next Tuesday.
Usual's also asking the question, Jez. Who thought it was a good idea to get Sterling?
Arteta, Edu, quite clearly didn't want him. And I think this is only to be fair. The reason Arteta's pissed off out the club, right, is because he could see where this club was going. And it's quite obvious that it was Arteta has got all the power, right? Edu, and we all blamed Edu for certain facts. I'm not saying he's innocent at all, because he did some dodgy deals. Let's get it right. Could have got a player for free from that San Paulo club. What did we do? Give him 3 million for keep good relations. So, no, sorry. I'm not saying Edu is innocent, but at the end of the day, it's Arteta. And it'd be interesting, boys. Let's wait and see what happens during this transfer window.
Can't lie. I think just to sum up Edu's reign as director at Arsenal, to stick a slogan tag with it, kept good relations. They'll always remember me for keeping good relations with everybody, but signing nobody.
Big up to Ant Rob as well, and that Liverpool fan, and people you get a chance go and see his channel. Very nice guy. Big up, mate. Trent's a waste of space. Bang average defender who pulls off a nice solid pass, 1 out of 100 attempts. He ain't fooling me. I'll drive him to Madrid myself. As for Darwin, get rid. Yeah, some of them were.
We're having. They're not flogging England players. We're having.
I was going to say, it says like Sunday it's a car boot selfie that James, I love him.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Yeah, they thought they were buying Jeff usually. Yeah, Jeff Sterling. Yeah. Arsenal to start January by termination, Sterling his loan and send him back to Chelsea as he does nothing.
Don't play.
And as you said, Ace has already put it in there. 16th of March. That's a nice date, that is, for some reason. What that could be? Oh, yes, because it's my birthday. Cup final. I'll get that in there now.
If we get to that cup final, I'm going to that.
Oh, yeah. Funny enough, Jed, did you go to the game yesterday? Because we was wondering if you travelled down to Brighton to watch the game.
Say again, mate. Sorry.
We wondered if you travelled down to Brighton to go and watch the game because it was closer to you.
We were going to go. I rang the grandson yesterday morning. I said, right, you all set ready? He said, Grandad, I'm not. Grandad John, who's the Brighton man, he gets tickets in the executive because he's quite senior at Amex.
Okay.
And James said, I'm not really sure, Grand. It's really cold down here. And I went, all right. So I rang John and I said, John, you up for it? And he went, well, I don't think James wants to go. And he said, I'll be honest with you, Jez, I'm not bothered. And I went, no, am I really? It's freezing cold. I'll be quite honestly, mate. I said, I'll be quite happy to sit here indoors and watch it on the TV. And he went, Jez, you know, it'd be freezing your nuts off down there. Because I don't know if you've ever been to the Amex, but it faces north-south.
Yes, yeah.
Right? Yeah, and then right behind the stadium, you've got East Brighton Golf Course. And then it's straight off the sea. Right? And they were easterly winds yesterday. So where we would have been sat is in the west stand. So you're going to get all the winds and all the rain and all the. And I've sat there before and got absolutely bloody soaked. And I'm like, nah. So when James, my grandson, said, I'm not really bothered, Grandad, I went, all right, fair enough. Okay. And then I thought, please, John, please say you don't want to go. And John went, he's about the same age as me. And he went, Jez, I'm not really bothered about getting on the train down there and meeting. I said, no, fair enough, mate. It's fine.
So, yeah, stayed indoors. Yeah, lovely. Low Star saying, breaking news, Wayne Rooney in talks with West Ham. You going to take him as well, James?
Have him on a loan.
Yeah.
Everybody still dragging the goals, even that timber on.
Yeah.
Dear me. Yeah. You just saying, yeah, at Low Star, keep the females happy. Rashford has been ill for 6 games. Dear me.
Yeah. When he says he's ill, that means he's been sent home from training because, Club are very much excluding him from the squad.
Your favourite player, Fuzzy, McTominay, brilliant for Napoli, tells you United are rotten.
No, not necessarily. It's probably just McTominay's not the sort of player for Manchester United. Doesn't mean that it can't go to another club and, find a bit of joy. It's just how it works with football. It's like with players, dependent on career choices. A great player can go to one club, hit the ground running, do a fantastic job, or they could go to the other club, both at a similar level, but absolutely stink out the gaff. I think it just depends on career choice, and I think McTominay's made the smarter choice in his career. Leave Manchester United, move into Napoli. Not only is he enjoying life down there, and also playing some good football. So that's all credit to him. But it doesn't mean that we should sit here and say, "Oh, we regret selling McTominay. Now he's doing well." That's called being hung up on your ex, basically.
Yeah, it's true.
Rather than focusing on trying to get better yourself. You just sat there like, oh, come back to me. No, you're better without.
So yeah, obviously going on your thing about Layman's and that. Obviously, Darren said he'll take him. Jaren's saying the BFG will probably take over, and obviously Brenny's saying here, I think the Cronkies would bring in a yes man to replace Arteta. Layman does not strike me as a yes man, and I think I agree on that one. But Darren said here, if Mad Lens takes the reins, I'll be delighted. A proper legend.
He's cheap, isn't he? He's at the club, so you know.
Some of Rice performances are like rice pudding. Oof.
Yeah, that's about right.
Jaren's saying though, people thought it was a bad towards the end of the Wenger era. There is nothing compared to this shit we've been put up with. As I said, be careful what you wish for. Yeah, our favourite saying as well.
Mm.
And Arsenal fans still believe Arteta will deliver the Champions League this season instead of the league. If Arteta does, then fair play, give him another season.
Not
Yeah.
that, let's be honest, that ain't happening.
Ravi's got a question for you, Jez. When will Ethan get the starts he deserves? Because if not, he will leave for regular football.
Well, he got a start yesterday, scored a nice goal, picked up a little knock, whatever. But, you know, we've seen this with Arteta so many times. Do I dare say this? With the Prince's Surrender against Sheffield United, scored that trick, and he got benched for 3 games. No, that's in the past. That's in the past. But he does it every single bloody time. He did it with Martinelli when Arteta first came to the club. Martinelli under Emery scored. I think I'm right in saying this. It was 14 goals in 16 games. Right, scored a goal, benched him for 4. Make it make sense, people. Why did you do that?
Yeah. That says it all, really. Obviously, yeah, never thought that they'd win that game tonight. Lone Star still saying no, quadruple still on.
No.
Ravi's asking another one. Why do Arsenal fans love to live on overhyping average and in general? When you mention that they aren't realistic, you get told you need to back the project. Oh, trust the process is the best word.
Time to gel. Another one. I know.
What process is Arnie slotting?
He's in a winning process at the minute. Yeah, but I think what it is with him, with Slot, is he's been left a very, very good Liverpool side with good Liverpool players. Now, how's he going to deal with that if he does lose a Trent? I know people saying about, they're happy for Trent to go. I know they've got Conor Bradley there, but the second season will be even more pressure on Slot. Maybe see how he handles that. I think this season, I think when you've got no fear and you've got no real expectation, Liverpool fans didn't expect him to win the league. Well, they would have been happy with top 4, I think. For him to go and win the league, which I think he will do, they will be expecting that next year, and that's where the pressure comes in. At the end of the day,
They've got the difficulty of replacing Salah's goals as well.
Yeah,
Because he does take a lot of GA for them.
Yeah.
Point. Yeah.
And he's still saying it's his last season at Liverpool as well, isn't he? He's heavily linking that side of things, but I think that's just a ploy to get more, to get what he wants at the end of the day. But if he does go, it will be a big loss, not just to Liverpool, but the Premier League as well, to lose a player like of that. Has brought us some good entertainment
Great
football
for
time.
us.
Oh, absolutely! Yeah, it will be for you guys. All of us.
The player to have scored the most amount of goals against us in the Premier League era is Mohamed Salah. So yeah, we'll happily see him at the door.
I'd take him at Arsenal, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Desmond's asking you, Jez, do you think the heat will be on Arteta if he doesn't have a good January window now that Edu is no longer here to blame?
By certain fans, yes, but by the Arteta sexuals, no. Certain big YouTube channels will say it's acceptable, as they did last January. So it's going to be a two-way sword, this one. There's going to be certain fans saying, Arteta, you're a prick. You haven't strengthened the squad. You haven't strengthened like the right wing, which we need right now. You haven't got that striker in that we need. And he won't, because, dear God, can you believe it? There are still fans out there, still YouTube channels out there saying we don't need a striker. So
You've got Jesus now. You've got Jesus.
Jesus is on a redemption arc.
Havertz, sorry,
Have it, yeah.
I mean,
29.
This is what we got, and so it's going to be two sides of the coin here. One lot are going to be saying, Arteta, you're an absolute useless prick. That's me. And then you're going to have the other side saying, oh, well, we didn't need to invest because now there's a stupid thing I saw the other day that the Cronkies have said there's money to go big if we need to in the January window. PR, whatever you want to bloody call that thing, sustainability, right, doesn't come into this in this window. I don't believe that for one bloody minute, personally. And I just think it's going to be the same old, same old. We're not going to we might buy some dross, right, that means absolutely nothing, but no. Have I got any faith in him? No, not at all. And I don't want him to spend any money, to be honest. If you want my honest opinion, I don't want him to have one more half pence because the guy is an absolute arsewite. And I've got no faith in buying anything of any value. So no, I don't want him to give him any money at all.
Yeah, especially when you've not got you anything at this stage anyway. Big up to Amphor and Uncle Ron's, our good old friend. Hey guys, hope you're all well. If you can, if you Liverpool people near, go and see Amphor and Uncle Rods and give them a share, like, and subscribe as well. Yeah, Lehman could pull in the world-class players. Arteta couldn't pull a Christmas cracker. Oh, man. Septic Meatball saying, just found your channel, subscribe just now, all the best. Thank you very much, Septic Meatballs. Thank you very much for that. Fuzzy, do you think Amarin's going to get anyone in?
Well, doesn't really have a choice. You got no choice. You got to sign three plus players at the absolute barest minimum. Otherwise, this it'll be another new face, new board, and everything. Yet they're still flushing managers down the toilet because the amount of times we've seen Sir Jim Ratcliffe's club review. Not enough managers gone by were backed enough or backed properly. And then the first opportunity they have to back a manager, they'll let them down. So they've got no choice in getting rid of, in our case, forget just doing one or two, just do as many as you possibly can. Like sell as many players as possible. We probably will struggle to sell. There's probably going to be more loans with obligations to buy for a lot of our players. And then signing players, because people will talk about, FFP, can't spend because of FFP. No, trust me, there's probably enough money there to bring in at least two players of relative quality. Of course, you have to do good deals to get them, but enough there to not, surpass FFP limit or PSR, profit and sustainability. It's just, what the board actually want to do. If it's within their makeup that, we've got to sign players because we're serious about this. Even in a tight spot, you still find a way to get stuff done. Ratcliffe wants the best recruitment in the country for Man United. Prove it.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Todd's asking the question, where does Rooney go from here now? What job is next for him? I can see him getting League One or maybe Bath City job, but this job is available as Jerry Gill got the sack in early November time.
I think he should take the DFS job. Yeah, I've got Bath City, local
yes.
rivals, DFS,
Don't you
FC.
think, don't you think that's a classic situation where you've got an absolute top level, world class football player, who Rooney was, right? Shit manager. And we've seen it with Henry.
Yep. Henry.
Legend world class footballer.
Yep.
Not just for Arsenal, but won a World Cup, shit manager. He tried it, gave it up. Right? Monaco failed. Yeah. We've seen this with some footballers, legends of the world, just don't make it as a manager. That we've then seen Arsene Wenger, bang average, bang bangs, played for Strasbourg, bang average player, legend manager. It doesn't always, just because you're a fantastic football player doesn't make you out to be a great manager.
Not at all. Bobby Moore was the one.
Yeah, Bobby Moore. Yeah,
wasn't a great manager, you know.
And they got some crappy players that turn out to be great managers.
Yeah, and that's
Tony
what.
Adams. Tony
Yeah.
Adams, awful bloody manager.
Yeah,
Terrible, but great footballer.
he was awful on Strictly Come Dancing. What I saw on Googlebox, he was even awful in that and all. God rest his soul. Net Douglas Bader could have danced better than him.
Yeah, God, that was awful, wasn't it? Wasn't that embarrassing? I don't watch that program, but when the wife she watched it, she said, "Oh, it's one of your players is on this." I went, "Who?" And she went, "Tony Adams." I said, "Get out of here! He couldn't dance for toffee." You know,
He definitely couldn't.
hell, man, he's got no. And I, what? Oh, mate.
Misha saying West Ham should have signed Gasparini from Atlanta. He's a very good manager. Oh, we'd love to if we could do that. Good evening to Darren Middlecote. Loppy is great at blinking. Yeah.
Looks like he's having a fucking stroke, doesn't he? You know what I mean? I know disrespect to anyone who's had a stroke in life, but fuck me, he looks like he's like on the verge of a stroke, the poor man. You know what I mean?
That's what the job does for you, mate, as well, doesn't it?
No, every time he's like,
Yeah.
Fucking
Even
eyes.
he did it at that press conference. I mean, he's only standing about 4 foot away from him and that, and he's giving it all that, and you think, what the hell?
I just think, do you know what it is with Lopetegui? It's another one, really. But for me, I just think he's out of his depth. Simple as that. Like what you just said about Rooney, you have some managers who come to the Premier League who just can't handle it. They can't handle the pace of the game, and they are a Spanish manager who is fit for the Spanish league, so to speak, rather than the Premier League. And there's no disrespect to him. What he done at Seville and other places, he's done all right. But here, he ain't gonna last. But as I say, I don't really blame him to a point. I really don't. I look at the owner. And the owner should have picked the right man in the first place.
True. I mean, that's just comment here. Imagine Southgate as a West Ham manager and Brian Bubble would be beating the teeth in the introduction video. No way. Jesus. Trusting the process, and Low Stars saying, at least Arsenal have a plan or a process unlike United or West Ham.
I'm not sure about the process. I'm not sure about an Arsenal process at this point in time, Lone Star. Because as far as I'm concerned, you've been stuck on the same objective for about 2-3 years now and not gotten any closer to it.
True, that's true. David say Todd Rooney can go on loan to Age UK. No, he don't even go in there, kind of thing. And that he'll be dating old girls left, right, and centre.
Fat granny shagger, you're just a fat granny shagger, fat granny shag.
That's what he'll be doing. Oh dear. Big up to Charlotte as well. Good to see you. Aubameyang apologised for being late and absent today. Car trouble. Yeah, that's true. That's what he used to use. Yeah, it's true, Charlotte. We're not sacking Lopetegui. I had no snow where I live, which was promised. I'll blame Arteta. Every month, Lone Star. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Every month is a birthday. Got to be in it. 365 years old, not bad at all. Yes, you are. Lopetegui and Postecoglou deserve to stay for our entertainment. Well,
Yes.
you've got Arteta for your entertainment, Arsenal Manic, so I understand what you're saying with that. Brighton versus West Ham on the 26th of April. Should go to that one, Jez.
Brighton versus no.
Jez, you like him really? They're saying there. Being in chats feels like in a pub chatting away. That's what it's all about for us, right? You know, that's what we
Yeah.
try and do that at least. Edu signed Mourinho, so every time Arteta looks at him, he thinks about Edu. Go Power Ranger. What a name.
Mm.
Yeah, Rashford on the school dinners again. Dilly belly. Yeah.
That's probably why he's ill. Keeps having
Oh,
a school dinner. Feels
definitely.
ill afterwards.
Good evening to Lawrence Watkins from Lexington, Kentucky. Coming, you irons. I hope you're keeping well, Lawrence. Good to see you early on. West Ham Unusual. Good to see you, mate. Guys, we have the fourth richest owners in the Premier League behind Newcastle and the two Manchester clubs, but definitely not a good run club. I know what we can become with the right owners. Absolutely, Colin. We definitely need that. Airport Albert is more qualified to manage Arsenal than Super Duper Miggers. And they're all saying like each other. But McTominay and Sancho playing far better after leaving Rotten United. Just a point, how many ex-Premier players have done well as a manager?
Good point.
Yeah, but what's the definition of doing well? Because would someone say Gary O'Neill at Bournemouth was a good job? Or would you say someone like Eddie Howe, maybe? Ex-player of Bournemouth, done a good job there. Well, define what the level is, if you can.
That'd be interesting. SG saying, question to Jez, who's worse as our left back? Andre Santos, Kolasinac, Zinchenko or Calafiori?
Kolasinac. Marginally worse than Zinchenko.
Wow, that's saying something, isn't it? That is. Good evening to John Sinclair TV, and that is a member on Jezzy's channel for 7 months. Evening, guys. Long time no here. Hope you're all well. Sorry I've not been on here of late. Love to join you next week if you're doing a show. Keep up the good work. John, good to see you as well, mate. Hope you're keeping well, and Happy New Year to you. It has been a long time, mate. It has been a long time. But I know with what you've been doing. The 2 cup ties with Newcastle and United will define Arteta.
Yep.
Who only buys pound lane reject footballers. Wow. Basil Brush can manage that Liverpool team and win the league. Daz is asking, where do you think West Ham, Man United, Arsenal finish this season?
Arsenal, I think, will be third. Possibly fourth if we get more injuries. West Ham, sorry to say it, boys, but I think you're going to end up pretty much where you are.
Great.
Sadly. Man United, I think they might have a little kick on, but I can't see them finishing much higher than 10th or 11th.
What about you, Fuzzy?
Yeah, I think Arsenal probably around that third, fourth spot. I think Chelsea might. I don't know with Chelsea because it's like they did well to get into their position, but then at the same time we've seen a bit of frailty in how they go through some games which are pretty much must wins. I mean, their last 2 fixtures, they should be winning both of those. Ipswich was it Ipswich away? I think it was Ipswich away where they won like 2-0 or something, or 2-1. I think it was 2-0. And then Palace away, leading 1-0, and let the game slip away. So I think, probably about the third or fourth place, depending on whether City can, carry on picking up points because they're not far behind. And with Man United, probably, I like to say higher than 11th or 10th, because not an absolute mile away from the sort of sixth, fifth place positions. And still another 18 games left to play. I'll probably say I'd be happy to see us get up to sixth, about sixth, tail it in at the end of the season. And with West Ham, probably bottom half of the table for about 6 or so points off relegation. If that is, you don't sack Lopetegui. You do you do a Tottenham Hotspur with Ange Postecoglou.
What about you, James?
Where do I think we're going to finish? I agree with what Jez said. I think we're going to stay exactly where we are. I think Man United will probably finish 10th. I think they'll start kicking into gear and get out the league. And once they do cut back-to-back wins, I think they'll be fine. Arsenal, I'm going to say Arsenal finish second. I think Chelsea have fallen away a little bit. And I think Arsenal will hunt down Liverpool, but they've just run out of games and run out of time. And obviously, I think Liverpool will win the league, if I'm being honest. Best team in the country at the minute.
Yeah, agree on that one.
Totally agree with that. Totally agree.
I think I mostly agree with Jez's kind of comments. I think if you look at it, Arsenal have got a chance to, like you, James, said, second. But I feel depends how this Forest team, if they can carry the momentum on, and also if Chelsea finds their form again.
If Forest beat Liverpool on the Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever they play, then I will say to you, Forest are in it. I think it's that cut and dry. I think you would know on that game against Liverpool, because if they go and beat them, then they're 3 points behind them.
Yeah,
to a point. So and this game on. So you know more off that game. I personally think with Forest, I think they're a good side. I think they'll probably finish about sixth. I think they will pick up a few draws on the way, lose against the big hitters, and it'll probably fifth or sixth. Yeah, when that's I think teams like Villa, Newcastle, they're the game. If they're going to win, if they're going to get to the top four, they've got to go to Newcastle and win. They've got to go to Villa and win. They've got to win them games.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I agree on that. I do agree. Todd saying Jared Bowen will be Mo Salah's replacement.
I don't think he goes up north, but West Ham fans try to convince me that he ain't going to be sold, and for me, he's the fear. If a London club comes in for him, he could go. In my opinion.
Colin's saying, I've heard from my friend in the press tonight. He tells me Loppy will be sacked if we go out of the FA Cup against Villa. Well, that's what he told me anyway. That would be very interesting to see if that does come to light.
It's got no reason. The ownership of the club ain't going to sack him. Why would you sack him now? You got to go and get. Even though I believe he should be getting sacked, he should have been sacked after the Leicester game? Do you know what I mean? If you're going to sack him now, then you got to go and get a new manager in, who then has to go and get players in who might not fit his style of play or whatever, and then it's a complete mess, isn't it? Then you got to go and get a new manager, new players, and new style.
True.
It's going to work. You know what I mean?
Here's a one for Lodestar. Look at that. Hoyland, Werner, or Jackson. Worst strikers ever.
We'll take them. We'll take anyone, mate. 100%.
Because I think Werner and Hoyland definitely tagging along with each other. Jackson's actually done all right this season, I think.
Picked up a little bit, hasn't he?
Yeah. Werner keeps getting played as a bloody winger, doesn't he?
Yeah, true. James is just grabbing any old person at the moment.
Well, I'm being funny. When I look at them names, I look at fucking Danny Ings at our club. You know what I mean? That's 125 grand, I might add, a week.
That's true. Yes. Yeah. Someone like him.
So,
Jesus. Rabbi's asking Fuzz, can you get out of 14th with how you play today?
Yeah. Play like that every week, we'll easily finish in Europa League. Because that's it's a strong performance. You're playing against champions elect, as some people have labelled them already. So and it's an away game at Anfield, one of the toughest places to go. You see how Nottingham Forest can go to Anfield and play and end up winning their game.
Game.
The only team to have won at Anfield this season. Well, look where they are in the table, up in third place. Speaks for itself. So, yeah, perform like that every week. You're picking up some big points home and away.
Why
Well,
do you think Man United are so inconsistent, though, Fuzz?
Player culture. The amount of leeway the players have had for so many years, and it's not just like just in Ten Hag's reign that we're dealing with it. We're talking as far back as LVG, but it passes on. It's infectious when you've got players that can do what they want, no repercussions, no punishment, nothing. That stems all the way from the day that Ferguson walked out the door. That's when you started to see players taking a few liberties. And of course, a lot of the players that would take liberties beforehand aren't here anymore. It passes on. It infects the next group of people. You get kids, that academy graduates that get given the mantelpiece of being the face of the club, like a Rashford, and then he becomes a bit of a princess, and next thing you know, he's got influence over all of the other players, influence on the British media, anything that he doesn't like. I mean, for God's sakes, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer once criticised him, and then the next press conference, he literally had to make a public apology because him and the club were not happy with the manager's comments. Why the bloody hell is a manager being made to apologise to a player for critiquing him? Why is it that Andy Mitten recently has come out and let slip that he's had intermediaries from all of the previous managers, like since Ferguson, all of them have said the same thing. Rashford has been a problem. He's been a problem for them all of these years. Well, I mean, it's obvious now, but back then we were always thinking the managers could be the only ones that were the problems. But it just goes to show that no matter what, those players were always destined to get whoever was in charge of the sack. And that's kind of where we are at the moment. I know we've drawn 2-2 today, but a lot of the people in and around the club have been told by the manager, don't be all giddy about this. It's actually quite frustrating. If you had that run of form and you turn up to this game, why did you just switch it on today? What about next weekend? Are you going to switch it on next weekend as well? Or are you going to switch off again? So Amarim's targeting this. He's looked at this situation and said, right, well, first and foremost, Glazonomics, Richard Arnold, Edward Ward, you're not playing Player FC with me anymore. Rashford has been ostracised from the squad instantly. And the fallout is, everyone's just like, oh, I've got question marks about this decision. Well, guess what? You can join them if you've got question marks about that. Put the club first and put performing for your team and your badge first, and performing for those fans, because those fans give a lot, and with ticket prices and all of that, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe saying, oh, we compare this to Fulham. I mean, fuck me. I mean, Fulham are better off, so they're getting better value for money at the moment than a Man United fan paying £66 to go watch their team play like absolute shit. And then you got players left, right, and centre who literally just switch on, switch off. Like, why do they get that liberty? Fans, loyal fans don't just switch on, switch off. They'll go every week. The most loyal ones, they'll go every week. They show more consistency and support and pride for their badge. Meanwhile, you've got players that just couldn't give less of a damn about it. Mercenary mentality for some of these players. I mean, Bruno today, post-match comments, he said, well, I'm frustrated. Of course we played well today, but Jesus Christ, why are we not doing this more this season? Why are we so inconsistent? Even the players are starting to slowly but surely adopt the manager's mentality, because if you give him absolute power, that seeps down into the rest of the players. Turn the culture around. Get rid of the toxic elements and leave all the ones that are actually willing, you'll start to change the culture. Bring new players in to replace the old ones. Little less about quality and just more about mindset.
Mm.
Just have the right mindset of Manchester United.
And let's hope that happens for all our clubs at the moment, the way it's going. Well, especially this man as well. Big up to Dermot from Tottenham FC till I die. Big up to you, mate. Happy New Year to yourself. Feeling your pain as well. He says, big up, lads. And obviously, VAR needs to be bin to get rid of. Yeah, Loppy does look nervous. Darren Middlecoat saying, James, you're 100% right about Sullivan being the root of the problem. Who would you like to see take us over?
Just someone with ambition, mate. That's all it is. Like, I think whoever comes, it's a fresh start for everyone. New era, new owner, new ideas, new ambition. Do you know what I mean? I just think Sullivan, for me, has done so much damage over the last 14 years. Do you know what I mean? You've got to get, when you move from your historic home, and Jez will know this, from moving from Highbury to the Emirates, you have to get it right. You have to get it right. And even though it's 8 years since the move, or 9 years now, 2025, you got to get it right. And for me, we just haven't got it right at all. Right, we're in a situation currently right now. People are not happy about going to the ground. I speak to a lot of fans who are unhappy about going to London Stadium. The away fans don't like it. The home fans don't like it. And my biggest fear with West Ham currently right now is that in 10 years' time, you won't have supporters there. You have football fans there, because a lot of the supporters will go, you know what, I can't be dealing with this, going there and stop and go signs and all that. So for me, I just need an owner to come in, show a bit of ambition, and try and give the football club back to the community instead of make it into a franchise for me.
Yeah.
You're bang on, mate. That's what we've got at Arsenal. We're further ahead on you than you boys on that one, and that's what we are. We're not a football club anymore. We are a brand.
Yeah,
that's all we are. That's all we are.
I'm going to ask you, Jez, yeah, because I keep hearing this quite a lot. Do you ever, when you hear, because obviously you will speak to a lot of Arsenal fans who go to the ground and all that. Do you ever see any away fans or football fans at the ground that ain't Arsenal fans in the home end? Or do you ever hear of that?
No, you'll get them. Yeah. In the North Bank, I used to sit in block 251,
right,
which is literally right opposite the. If you look down the pitch towards the clock in, it's right behind the right-hand goal post as you look down the pitch, right? And you'd get away fans in there. And you'd also get what I used to call the neutral fans. If we were playing, let's say, I don't know, Arsenal, Chelsea.
Yeah.
You used to get in there, and I've seen it, you'd get in there, not so much West Ham, but I used to get in there something like, I'm trying to think of it, Fulham. I remember being there once. Fulham were playing on a Sunday or a Monday night.
Yeah.
And there was about 4 or 5 Fulham fans here, and they just turned up to watch the game.
Yeah.
And they got in. They got in there. They weren't causing any issues. They just wanted to see a game of football. But I'm sitting there with a couple of my old muckers, and I went, what the fuck? How do they get tickets?
Yeah.
And I'm going back here 2016. That was the year I gave up my season ticket. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here then? That's what, 9 years back. And I'm like, we got behind me, we got row B251. You had row J. And I was like, where's the boys then? Where they're not here? There'd be 4. I'm sure it's Fulham. And they're like, I'm thinking, I ain't got a problem with that, but I'm thinking, what the fuck? They've sold their tickets to Fulham fans.
Wow.
I think what it is, it's more, because I hear that quite a lot with West Ham. Like, basically, you have Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans, Tottenham fans. And what is more worse is they go to the ground and they're in full kit. They're in full kit in the home end, and that I'll just look at it and I think you're just asking for trouble there. Do you know what I mean? I don't. Some people say, "Oh, they're football fans who want to go and watch a game." That's fine. I get that, but you've got to have an element of respect to a point that you're going to someone else's ground, and to go in there with like a full kit, I think it's a bit of an insult. If it's a young lad, it's a bit different. It's a bit different. I can sort of let that one go. I can let that one slide. If it's an under 16 or it's a 10-year-old lad, and his old man might be a West Ham fan, and he might be an Arsenal fan. I can sort of let that one go. But when I've seen adults literal full kit near enough, I think you turn this into a franchise. That's what he's done. That's what the owner's done. That's why I won't set foot over there. I won't set foot over there because I know the way he treated the locals, and he treated them like a piece of shit. What he done, he sort of bigged up the move, a bit like how we are with last season with managers, Tone. Like we bigged up other managers. Sullivan done the same thing with the move. He bigged the move up. Everyone jumped on board with it. No disrespect to anyone who don't live in the area of East London, but all the people from afar were going, well, it's better for transport for me. I can get into Stratford instead of going to Upton Park. They thought of themselves rather than the situation.
The bigger picture.
But the bigger picture is that I think West Ham are losing their fan base to a point. I think the fan base will always be there. The hardcore will always be there. But you can only have that for so long before people start getting fed up with it. I really do mean that.
James, I think the thing is I 100% agree with what you just said. Right? I mean, I remember being at a game 2014 and a whole load of Tottenham tried to turn up into the North Bank, and they were proper kitted out. Yeah. They were giving it the big large, and it didn't go well. A few people, there was a, I wouldn't say a full on, but there was a scuffle and they got kicked out. But they were taking the piss. Let's be honest. It's right back in the old 70s, 80s when you know how it all went, and you try to get in the away end and all that. But you know, it's pathetic really now when it's so easy. Right, it's so easy. I actually had a giggle. Good old mate of mine, Brian Gillespie. I don't know if you know him. Proper Chelsea. Proper West Ham. Right, he knows Budgie and all that lot. He used to be a naughty boy with your crew back in the day, and he said to me last year, he said, "Hey, you ain't been to the old London Stadium, have you?" And I went, "No, I haven't. No, I've not been there. I have not been there." And he said, "You fancy going? I can get you in." I went, "Yeah, okay." It never worked out, unfortunately, because he had a family issue. But I said, "What, shall I turn up with an Arsenal shirt on?" And he went, "Jez, you have no fucking worries at all."
Yes.
I said, "Get out of here, man. You know, I know how it was back in the day, going down the Bullion Ground, you know, walking down there, how it was. You know, you just didn't go in your colours." And he went, "Jez, I promise you now, you could walk into that ground with an Arsenal shirt on or an Arsenal scarf," and he said, "nothing would fucking happen." It ain't like that anymore.
No, that's true.
To one point, it's good, but it doesn't show the pride of your home.
No.
You know what I mean.
I get what you're saying, but it's taking the tribalism out of it. Basically, what it is that you just want a ground for the football fans, but not supporters. That's basically what it is.
Exactly.
And I completely disagree with that. Like Fulham do it. They have a neutral end where they have football fans in there. I can accept that. If there was a neutral area at the LS where football fans can go and watch a game, I'm all for it. Yeah, because any person should go and want to watch a football match. But I think when you're in the home end and you've got to try and build an atmosphere and you're surrounded by people that don't feel it the same as, don't feel the passion of the club, then you've got a problem because you're never going to get an atmosphere going in that.
Well, I don't know if you watched our game yesterday.
Yeah.
And they showed you Pep standing here, just over his left shoulder. There was a bunch of Chinese people all in the merch. You know, for well, they're not supporters.
No,
Yeah.
no,
You
no.
know, they're not supporters at all. They're just they're just there to watch the game at the end of the day. They're too busy chatting to themselves rather than watching what was going on. But there's only one
They
taking
spent a
photos.
fortune in the club shop.
Of course they have.
Right, they've flown over to Manchester Airport from wherever the fuck they come from. I've seen it at the Emirates, mate.
Yeah,
I've seen it, right?
Yeah.
I remember being there back in when I was outside the Armory. 2016 was coming to the end of the season, and there was a load of Vietnamese people. Nothing against them, and they went into the Armory, and they must have spent God knows how much money. They came out with 2 bags each, right, of Arsenal shit, right? And I stood there, I was chatting to a mate of mine, and this one guy came up, and he asked not me, but he asked my mate to take a picture of them, right? And he did. He took a picture of them, and I said, "All right, lads," I said, "Going to enjoy the game." And they couldn't really understand what I was telling them, and I could understand what they were saying. It was quite clear they'd all flown over, spent an arm and a fucking leg, staying in London, right? Spent an absolute bloody fortune they're probably buying shirts to take home to their family members, whatever. But I'm thinking, right, and do you know where they went? I watched them go in. They went in the fucking clock end. Right? They went in the clock end. And I'm thinking, how the fuck are you getting in there? How? How are you doing that? Right? That is just like, so if you can get in there, right, then how the hell does that stop the likes of Tottenham, Millwall, West Ham back in the day walking in there? It's a joke. It's an absolute joke.
Look,
All of you Scousers with them leaky roof jokes, eh? Look at your Anfield letting all that water in the away end. Oh, sort yourselves out. Sort yourselves out. That's a newsstand as well, by the way, because they've
that's the newsstand.
Yeah, they've
Wow.
revamped that. It's not the grandstand, but one of the ends opposite the Cop, because they've increased the
That's
capacity.
right. Yeah,
for
they
the
haven't they?
second
Yeah,
tier.
so that's from there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't do the plumbing there, so don't fucking blame me.
The same contractors between Old Trafford and Anfield.
Anfield, yeah. They were saying VAR needs to go. We were shafted yesterday. That was handball. Even Stevie Wonder could see that. So pissed off about an Andrew Trust. And I'm just seeing some highlights here of looking at the Fulham game. There are some good shots. They should have had penalties, but obviously look, they were denied. So old Silver's kicking off like nobody's business. There's a couple of questions going to come to. I'm just going to start Collins one, but go through in that, and we'll carry on with the chat. Yeah, Burkamp. Yeah, because obviously one of the questions that Joe Eaton's asking is genuine question: Rice at Arsenal or Casemiro at United? Well, it's easy enough for me and James, I think. Hopefully, that's Rice, but mate, that's not going to be the case.
I'd find more joy having Declan Rice at United than Casemiro, to be honest. I think just from an age perspective, but also I think just in terms of pace and legs, I think Rice is a bit more energy in the tank.
Agree on that. Just kind of catch on the bits here. Where has it gone now?
And probably a smaller wage as well, to be fair.
Arsenal Manic saying, Tony, every time Spurs lose, Deji sings Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. If you had to sing a song under Loppy, what would it be? All by Myself. I think that'd be the one for me. What do you have, James?
Criticised by Alex O'Neill. Criticised, great song. Alexander O'Neill.
Oh, you were going to do was criticise.
I had to think fast there. That's the only one that comes to me. So,
Brilliant. Vincenzo's asking, has any other Premier League manager had £850 million to spend in the last 5 years other than Arteta? And I think is the big no.
Manager wise, I
I
think
don't
Ten
know.
Hag.
You wouldn't
I
know.
think Ten Hag probably had quite a lot of money. Probably not as much as 850 mil, but
Yeah, I think anyone with that kind of figure, I think Arteta is the only one alone on that. I mean, you can't even say under Chelsea because when you think about it, as over 3 seasons, different managers.
I don't know.
Rice is so average. We've got robbed by West Ham. Money well spent, Joel.
I love
Money
how
well
people
spent.
I love how people keep criticising Rice. He's in your manager keeps playing him in the wrong position. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Play him as a DM. It's like,
Ange needs time. He deserves a new 10-year contract, the usual saying. Big up to AFC always as well. Arteta can't manage injuries, squads, lineups, or manage to use players in their quick positions. We're a big club with no elite manager, no elite director, no elite players.
and we thought our troubles were bad. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is the thing.
yeah.
Darren saying Howard's a quiet Arteta. I wouldn't like to see him at Arsenal. I'm shocked he still has a job. Should have won a cup by now. Maybe he wins the Carabao this year, possibly. Loppy needs binoculars. Needs something.
Yeah.
Good evening. Oh my god.
I look good there.
Jezebel. Evening, gentlemen.
oh, Jesus Christ.
I look good there, boy.
Do you ever used to have purple hair, Jez?
Okay, come on, mate. That's me on a Saturday night. Come on.
Steffi,
Steffi. Hey, Steffi.
happy New Year to
God.
you as well.
Zoomed in there.
I have to say, I think Steffi looks a little bit better than me.
Yeah, I was going to say. I used to say Ward-Prowse is a massive loss for West Ham attacking play. And just on that note as well, see that obviously the Southampton manager is basically going to rip up the contract or the loan for Cornet, and it looks like he's on his way back to us. Yeah. Forest Wise also say, please feel free to have JWP back, guys.
Not doing the business for Forest.
No. Mind you, come back to us and probably can do something. Right, Lone Star so Ross has been a baller for us, but actually, usually saying not according to some Arsenal fans of late. Open secret, lads. Too many eagers at Man United thinking they're superstars. This is the problem.
Yeah.
With most
Cameron's
people.
quote at Manchester United, there's too many people who are comfortable. It needs a shock. Shock to the system. And back Cameron will do it. He'll give the shock it needs.
There you go. Like Daniel Levy's also saying that Big Ange's job is 100% safe for the moment.
We move within 1 point of them, guys. Manchester United, disaster class, relegation fodder. I mean, we're only 1 point behind them now.
Yeah, this is the thing, isn't it? Well, Vincenzo's asking the question here. Where do you guys think Middlesex Hotspurs, formerly of Essex, will finish at the end of the season, and will they win a trophy?
11th.
Yeah. Will they win a
Below
trophy?
us.
I don't think they'll win a trophy either.
Nope. Good.
Yeah, like even Daz is saying what you just said there, James. Ings is on so much money.
Yes, Rabbi.
Insult. 125 quid. 125 quid. 125 grand a week for a man to sit on the bench with a nice new hair transplant. Lovely.
That's bad. Lone Star saying breaking. Loppy will be sacked within 2 weeks. Bowen goes to Arsenal in the summer. Arsenal win the title. United failed to fix leaking roof. And obviously the rodent infestation problem that also they've got.
Oh,
Salmonella, got road rats in the food stalls, got leaky roof. Just add that turnover.
Reference to the UB40 song, The Rat in Your Kitchen. Definitely got that there. Lawrence is saying, I hate to say this, but Maguire was playing with fire and passion today. Besides missing the easier open goal at the end. Yeah, that's that 50 pence head.
To be fair to him, know your role with Harry Maguire, and I think he's sort of
It
humbled
has.
himself from these days as captain, and he's just focused on doing the job whenever he gets picked. You know, he's simplified his representation of the club. So
Dermot saying, Tony, you can have Levy. Or doesn't mean you'll have Sullivan. Would you have Sullivan, Dermot? That's the question.
yeah. Might actually win a trophy in that case if they get Sullivan.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, Sullivan done the same thing at Birmingham. Are we surprised he's doing it to us? Not at all. Yeah, we was warned. He was warned, that's for sure. Jez, is Jesus having a purple patch, or can he improve, or is that his level? That's
He had a purple patch, and I think he's proved that he's back to his normal level. Shit.
Mhm.
Well, it's interesting. Well, Todd's saying the way Joe Bellingham has been all season, it will not be long before he plays in the Premier League or join his brother in Madrid. Yeah, he's not been doing too bad at the moment.
No.
And I think Sunderland have got quite a few good players in the Championship in their squad. And not a bad club to play for in terms of experience before prepping for Premier League football. I mean, with Amad Diallo, loan for a season at Sunderland, a lot of Sunderland fans thought he was probably one of our most high quality players that we've had in almost forever.
True, take
I absolutely loved him back at Sunderland. Joe Bellingham.
Yeah, why not? I like this one from Terence though. Gentlemen, got to take my dogs for a Spurs. Catch you all later.
Love
Dear
that.
me.
What do we think of shit?
Low Star says Arteta sends his best to everyone. What's the crack, Del Boy?
Yeah,
Big up to Del Boy on the TV, evening all. Good to see you, mate. Hope you had a happy new year. And good day, David Shear. Don't tread on it, Terence. Brilliant. Happy belated New Year's, Tony, in the panel. Angie.
White Hart Lane, have a dump up there, mate. That's what they like.
Big up to yourself as well, David. Good to see you, mate. Yeah, Ian Lawrence, they're saying. Big Ange doesn't give a 4x for tactics. I'll normally bear hug a day trip at every game after a goal celebration. I laugh at it, otherwise I'll get angry. Yeah, it's true. Off to the NBA. David Jashir has gifted himself a new $1 Football TV membership. Well done, David. Thank you very much for that. Thank you, David. Yeah, E20 TV is bang on. He always is. Usually is anyway. Gets banned otherwise. Don't know what happens here, though.
It's normal for me, mate.
Not sure about that, Jez. I wouldn't like to test out last West Ham. Arsenal was carnage. Get you that coffee cup, takeaway cup. Thank you very much, David. Thank you, Comedy Club. And he's saying Happy New Year to everyone in the chat. Big up to the super chat. Thank you very much, Lawrence. Happy New Year. Tony, respect to you in the channel. A channel where different club fans can get together and not kill each other. Well, we try not to anyway, at least, Lawrence. And appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. Big up the Rats on the United pitch.
Battle of the Rats.
Let's just catch up with this thing. Oh, is that in the yellow water? You know. Darren says, I reckon the club sell a few grand every home, 1K per ticket on Sky. Cool. Do you think so? I've got to love Lodestar for his comments today. How can a Spurs or Hammers fan have a happy new year? Easy. If we didn't, we go mad. Yeah, even Colin hasn't set foot in the London Stadium. Even though I helped build the stadium for the Olympics. Jez, is the League Cup something Arsenal fans will be proud to win?
I would. We haven't won many. We've only won 2. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I've been to both finals, and I've been to 2 that we lost. So yeah, I'll take it. Thank you very much.
Criticise is saying is a good choice. Good over Ravi and Olsen. Ravi's also. Jez, when did you stop? Excuse me, going to away games in England?
I stopped, mate, 2019. I went to see. Well, no, I've been to Brighton, but I went to see Liverpool, Arsenal, and me and my mate Paul, bless him, rest in peace. And
Big old trip.
we then went to see Man United, Arsenal, but unfortunately, at half time, I got the sad news that my mum had died, so we had to leave the game and get home for that, which was the longest journey of my life. And basically, the only away games I've been to, mate, is Brighton.
Ravi saying, Jez, that pic of Jez holding back the ears like simply.
Class, man.
That's the old Jezebel. I think they're all going on about that thing. Arteta will be singing "We Are the Champions." Blimey. True, Lawrence is not. Tony on West Ham, what things in games do you like? Think you are doing well at? Well, surprisingly, looking at yesterday's game, even though we got tonked 4-1, I think the defence in certain respects helped keep it down a little bit. But at the moment, there's nothing. Lone Star's right there. Look, we're doing nothing at the moment to kind of you consider that. Dave, thank you for coming. David, got to go have some fun. Stay safe, ladies and gents. Big up to yourself and that. Dermot saying we do the double, the League Cup and the Europa League, and will prove everyone wrong, and Spurs will rise. Spurs will win. We are Tottenham Hotspurs. Gotta love that. Be lucky, Spurs. Back the team, not the owners. Got to try and do that at least. Edge won't last long, I don't think. Put the gadget down. Jesus. Todd's asking, who do you think Thomas T would do for England?
Nah. I'm sure about that.
Well, we went and watched Tottenham, a Newcastle game on the Saturday, and then went all the way down to Brighton Arsenal. So I'd like to see him pick Tomori for England's defence. That would be a player that I'd like to see play and get some time in the England squad.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see his first squad that he picks. I think that'll be the telling point for me until I see that. Todd saying George Murphy has been quite this season for Bristol City, but he's on loan from the mighty West Ham. He is indeed. Be good if you get him back because he's not a bad little player. Angela has got long. There's a question I've got for you, Jez. I'm going to bring it up shortly. There or something. I will be happy to win anything. Yeah, that's true. Happy you need to tell. I'll be over the moon. Yeah. West Ham defending is effing abysmal. I mean, they honestly not. No, you're not wrong. It's poor. If you look at the last, we've shipped in 10 goals the last couple of games, and even then, we gifted 4 of those goals anyway. Question for all: thoughts on the title race? Is it clear cut, or is it harder than previous decades? The league's too tight this year, and even though Liverpool looking like they could be the contenders, can't take anything for granted at the moment. Pass was much better yesterday, but continue not to finish in the final third. Yeah, true. Dad's saying I'll be amazed if Arsenal doesn't win anything. For us, why saying I reckon Thomas Tuchel will flip flop. I hope he proves me wrong. Darren does obviously want him because he's saying Tuchel out. Jez, could you do live stream or fan cam with that hairstyle and dress as Jezebel?
I could do that. Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. Winning the league is so difficult being in 4 competitions. Too many games, too many injuries, Lone Star saying.
True.
And AFC also always is saying, Jez, Arsenal have got the biggest 3 games coming up that will defer our season. Newcastle in the League Cup, Man United in the FA Cup, Tottenham in the league.
It's going to be tough, boys. It's going to be tough. We could capitulate. Let's put it right. We're going to qualify for the Champions League knockout. We're sitting there quite happy. So that I'm not worried about that right now. But what worries me is Tuesday night we've got Newcastle. The following Saturday, 3rd round, we've got bloody Man United. So it's not going to be easy here. And then we got shit Spurs. So you know what I'm saying? It's going to be tough. And our manager is going to have to get it bang on right. And this is where it's going to define his season. Fact.
Agree with that. Budgie was busy. Yeah, I would have been on the races next time. We would like to get him. What other games to look at for this weekend coming up with the FA Cup? So let's have a quick look on that. What's that? Friday. You've got Wycombe, Portsmouth, Villa, West Ham. So we were on Friday night. That'd be an interesting one. And then what was the other ones there? You've got Birmingham, Lincoln, Bristol, Wolves, Bristol City and Wolves, Borough and Blackburn, Liverpool and Accrington Stanley, Leicester and QPR, Bournemouth, West Brom, Brentford, Plymouth, Chelsea, Morecambe, Exeter, Oxford, Norwich, Brighton, Forest, Luton. That should be an easy one for them then.
Tell you what, there could be a couple of slip-ups in that.
What was it? Preston, Charlton, Reading, Burnley, Sunderland, Stoke, Leeds, Harrogate, City versus Salford, Coventry, Sheffield Wednesday, Orient, Derby, Mansfield and Wigan. And then what you got on the Sunday, you've got Hull, Doncaster, Tamworth, Spurs, Arsenal, Man U, Palace and Stockport County, Ipswich and Bristol Rovers, Newcastle, Bromley. Oh, that's a trip for Bromley. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Southampton, Swansea City. Jeez. Don't fancy that one. Well, for us, it's the Villa game. Going to watch that Friday night. Might do a watch along for that. That would be, yeah, we'll see. Just catch up with the chat. And there's a last question I'll ask you just before we wrap up. 3 defeats to follow, Darren saying. Arteta's next job, we work with McDonald's FC when he gets sacked. What style of football did you see under Arteta? Do you think okay? Just maybe this might work? Yeah, I think I can answer for that for Jez. Definitely no. But Birmingham United beat him in the cup final. Come on, Tamworth. Hope Orford skulls and get home and get some game time on Friday. Can't see us winning, but it'll be good for those boys. Let's hope so, Darren, because I think you need to give some of these boys a chance. I agree on that one. And last but not least, this one for you, Jez. It's all of us, actually. Tony, Jez, James and Fuzzy, who would you say has been the greatest player that you've ever seen since watching your respective clubs? I've been a supporter for 59 years now.
For me, if I may give you 2, got to be Dennis Bergkamp. Legend, unbelievable player. And from my very young days of watching Arsenal from 1969 onwards, John Radford, Arsenal player, legend striker. So there's my 2 for you.
Fuzzy, what about yourself?
Well, I haven't seen with my own eyes a lot of United legends or greats, but one player I did used to watch was Cristiano Ronaldo. Play for my club constantly down the left wing, step overs galore. Just it's one of those, keep up, your eyes have to follow the ball, keep up with it. The speed to move that ball around that road. Yeah.
Greatest player? God, blimey. For me, what I've seen, I mean, if you say two as well, I mean, Dimitri Payet's got to be up there. And just for his shits and giggles and that is obviously Di Canio. Them two players for me. If James comes back in, he can answer. He give his one. Arsenal lost 3 Premier League games in 2024. That's how hard it is to win a league. Tell a manager that's done that before.
Klopp. The season he lost the league by 1 point by getting like 90 something. I can't remember how many points it was exactly. I think like 97 points or something. 97 or 98 points. I think he only literally lost once that season.
Exactly, Mama. Janet Jackson replacing Nick Jackson. Jesus. Bristol City beat Wolves, then wins Championship, then wins Premiership and Champions League. That'd be interesting. In my younger days, John Barnes and Bobby Fowler. Yeah, good players. Good players.
Yeah.
Oh, Lone Star saying Fuzzy wrong, not Klopp.
For a season. Well, he's talking about like a calendar year, I think, for a calendar year 2024, but that's 2 separate seasons. So. Not only that, but how many times has he drawn games? That's only 1 point away from a loss. You might as well call them drosses because you lose more than what you gain from a draw.
Jiffers. Jesus.
Yeah, I think he's having a bit of a wind up there. David Rocastle, yeah, what a player. Benny McCarthy. There's been a few.
Ben Johnson, the real legend.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the last question before we finish, I think James had to bounce off. Question for all four is all three now. Should more teams take the League Cup more seriously? Yeah, definitely. Should do. But
Used to. You think it used to be, mate?
yeah.
You think 70s, 80s, 90s, right? You know, it was a serious competition, the League Cup. Yeah. I mean, all right, it's nowhere near it's got the age or the history of the FA Cup. Cool. But it was taken seriously. Now it's disregarded. And I think one of the problems is with this, guys, is it's the sponsorship. Because the FA, if you want my honest opinion, the FA don't take it seriously anymore.
No, that's
It was
right.
like Milk Cup, the Rumbelows Cup, it was like the Coca-Cola Cup. All these different sponsorships didn't help it. That's my opinion.
I think it's competition earnings and all of the business people, the business minds of football clubs.
Yeah.
There's no incentive winning a trophy where the competition earnings are only like about $1 million for winning the whole competition, and it's like all the business people go, well, there's no monetary incentive behind us going super deep into it, so I'd much rather save energy or save the hassle of having players get injured or spending money on so many different other things.
It's the same with the FA Cup, mate.
Yeah,
The FA Cup doesn't get the respect it once was.
It's the stakeholders, isn't it? Because they're pleasing the stakeholders and stuff like that. And as you said, the business people. It is the managers are worried about if they don't do this, then they're out in their ear. They're not careful. So of course They think they're
Mate.
doing the right thing by putting the weakened side out.
That makes you wonder if, for example, like a club like Arsenal, if
Don't
there
forget,
wasn't money
Buddy,
there.
it was your team, it was your manager that wanted to bounce out of the 2000 FA Cup because
Yeah.
of fixture congestions in the Champions League.
Mm.
So you have to blame Man United on that a little bit.
True, I agree on that. And then the last question: what's the worst players at your respective clubs you've ever seen?
God, how long have I got?
Well, the obvious one for us obviously is Marco Boogers for the short period of time that he was there for. And I remember back in the day we signed David Kelly from Leicester, the man that scored goals for fun, and then literally couldn't hit a barn door for 3 yards out.
In modern day times, I can go back in time, but I'd stick to modern day. Shamak.
Oh yeah.
What?
And Mama's look.
Irish.
Just to interrupt you there. This is great comment. Yeah, that's another stream. Our worst
Go
players.
all days on it. You could go all day on that one.
Well, I could say pick one, if I pick one, that was quite bad. Probably Bebe.
Yeah.
Bebe, yeah. But otherwise, just pick the entire starting 11 for this season. There's a whole case example.
Odegaard and Havertz are Arsenal's best players by some distance, Mark Chelsea saying. That's another, yeah. Dowie, he had his moments. Rob Jimenez, yeah, look. Vincent Ogo, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so there you go.
Oh, yeah. And on that note, Jez, if you'd like to shout your channel out, please.
Yeah, it's Arsenal history and more. Talk everything Arsenal. Talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And as always, Tony, thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure, as always. Fuzzy, it's been great chatting with you again, my friend.
Likewise.
And I'll catch you all again next time.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Jez, for the first one for 2025.
Yes.
As Boris Rice says here, great stream. Thank you, Early D. Jez, Fuzzy, and James. Big up, chat, and take care. All catch you next time.
You got Taurus.
Fuzzy, yourself?
Yeah.
Shout yourself out.
Now find me Hot Buzz 44 OG.
Yeah,
No.
Roberto.
No midweek fixtures, so no early or previews for any matches until at least the tail end of next week. But I'm sure plenty to talk about in terms of transfer business, because there's a lot for Man United to be doing. So potential videos about incomings and outgoings. So yeah.
Lawrence loves you, Fuzzy, as always. Jez, you're a
Yes.
legend. Fuzz, nice to see you.
I suppose it's all right having Lawrence in the chat today. That's all right.
Brilliant. And they're just saying, thanks, lads, another great stream. Thank you, Mama. Thanks for coming in. Fasto,
Thank you very much, Mama.
Look at that, yeah. Colin, Tony, Fuzzy, Jez, great show. Enjoyed listening to you. As always been, take care. See you next time. And same for you as well.
Yeah, Colin.
Matt.
Yeah, Lawrence.
Herbert crashed his tractor into a tree. Okay, Robert 10. Bye, boys. Great stream, however. Can barely hear with monsoon outside, hammering it down with the rain. Oh, sorry to hear that. And hey, Lord of Lexington. So, yes, people in the chat who stayed with us, thanks for being with us and that. I appreciate the super chats, the memberships, and obviously having the great people on the panel as always. Me and Fuzzy and Anthony will be returning on Wednesday for the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then on Thursday, I'm back with Budgie on the West Ham review. And as always, it's great to have everyone in the chat supporting us and with their great comments. Lone Star's enjoyed night all. Same for you as well, Lone Star. Anthony is currently in Bristol Police Station.
Good.
Yeah, where he belongs. So we should see from there. But again, thanks for hanging around, and we will see you next week for episode 46 of the Sunday Night Takeaway. Appreciate you being with us, and we're out. Take care for now, and
Take care,
enjoy your
all.
week. Take care.
with the porn music.